Maybe this. The man hunched over his motorcycle can focus only on the present instant of his flight. He is caught in a fragment of time, cut off from both the past and the future. He is outside time. In other words, he is in a state of ecstasy. In that state, he is unaware of his age, his wife, his children, his worries, and so he has no fear, because the source of fear is in the future, and a person freed of the future has nothing to fear. Credit to Milan Kundera and our friends at Full Throttle Full Mag that posted it. Oh, yeah. Been a while, Chewy.
Hallelujah. Amen. Holy, you know what?
Welcome back, you crazy freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the big MM, the motorcycle majority.
The 99%.
That's right. So what are you waiting for, bikeaholics? Mount up already. Let us take you on a ride. All right, guys, you should be riding. If you're not riding, you should be thinking about riding. If you're not thinking about riding, well, then we're here to help. We're here to help either way. This is Ryan Erlacher, of course, your host of the Law Abiding Biker podcast, and your
high-tech redneck.
All right, there we go. All right, and very excited here, guys. Apologize. It has been a minute since we spit a podcast. In fact,
a minute and a half.
I usually don't. We went on the trip and stuff, so we're a little behind on getting this episode out, just a few days. So I apologize, but we're recording this Thursday night. It will be out by midnight tonight. So it's Thursday. So by Friday morning, you guys will have this in your grubby little paws.
Boobies.
Yep. And of course, the one, the only in the corner. There you go. You have it. And it has been at least 2 minutes since this guy's been in the studio. Oh, yeah. Studio left. Chewy,
What's up, fellas?
Is
good to be back.
Going on, man? It's
Not a
good to
whole
hear
lot.
your
Not a
voice
whole
in the
lot.
mic, man.
Yeah.
He's not very chewy today.
I'm all clean shaven, back on the road doing it.
Now, the last time you were in the studio, Chewy, give us and it's not because you haven't wanted to. It's strictly because schedules haven't worked out. In fact, you haven't even been able to ride a ton with us just because of schedule. So, when was the last time, man?
It's been several months since I came out of DEA in February, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
remind me of what's new in the studio. I mean, without you don't know the names of stuff, but I think we talked a little bit about this. What this rack wasn't here with the
the mics have changed.
He's got a nice rack over here.
Got a nice rack. I like to stare at it. It's very nice. Nice big screen.
Mm-hmm.
Television. Samsung.
The boom arm. The Samsung's flat screen with the notes. This rack wasn't here. Was it in my? I was still using my old mixer.
Nope, the rack was not there.
Did I have Did I have the laptop and the extra monitor too? I don't know if I did.
Maybe not.
That's how long it's been, guys.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's getting to the point where I can barely see you.
I know.
Yeah.
Probably a good thing. You can still see me with one eye, and I can still go back here and I can see Chewy if I need to. So what's been going on, man? With Chewy? What's been going on? Like just working?
Yeah, just being a dad and working shift and
sounds good.
That's about it.
Well, we've missed you here, and I know the law-abiding biker community has missed your Chewy calls.
Well, it's glad to be back.
Just saying.
Just give him one right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that was his sexy Chewy voice.
That was, dude.
Yeah, that was his mating call.
So here we are, guys. We have got a awesome episode, of course, for you guys. Let me give you a little breakdown. We've got a couple announcements to make. I'll make here, and then we're gonna, if we have time, hopefully do a little follow up on the Jacksonville Beach Nippers Grill Biker Club shooting. And I've got a couple emails. In fact, I do want to get to a couple emails because they bring up our recall we're going to talk about on Harley Touring. And we've got a couple donations to thank. And then we've got our main topic, if we get to it, is actually we just got back from our 7-day trip, our Sworn Few Motorcycle Club trip to Oregon, California, Nevada, and that loop. So with that said, I did put it out, but you guys out there, if you don't know yet, I, in my spare time, which I have none, on top of it, I was just telling these guys I work 14 hours on my days off, usually 12 to 14 hours on this stuff. But I did, over the last 2 months, I had a development site on the side, and I spent 2 months in my whatever extra time I had and built a brand new law-abiding biker website from the ground up. It's got a completely new look, a completely new feel. When I originally developed this site, Lurch, I had no idea it was going to grow this fast. And so it was still a good site, but it really, over time I had to add stuff, and it just became
Too cumbersome.
not as user-friendly as I wanted.
So it's going to be better for the consumer.
Yes, for the end user, we call that.
Okay.
For the end user.
The rear end user.
Yeah. So I redid this complete website. I made it really, my focus on this website for the law-abiding biker community was to keep it really, really clean. So it doesn't have a lot of, crazy stuff going on. It's very easy to look at. It's very easy down the eye. Super easy to find stuff. With a search.
A lot of pictures of the law-abiding biker on there.
Yes. Yes.
The Ryan Urlacher.
Oh, actually, probably only one picture of me, but there's pictures of you guys.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, there always has been. There always has been. It's the faces behind the mic in the photos section.
Yeah, awesome.
So it's super easy to navigate. That was my big deal. And super easy to search for what you need to find because it has become a resource for people to keep coming back to. So there you go.
Good deal.
So check out the website. Of course, it's the same web address. Yeah. Now, you helped me put the tech mount on, didn't you, Lurch?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, you guys, if you remember, we put the tech mount on Robbie's bike, on LD's bike, and our friends over at Power Sports US actually sent us that. And I told you guys I'd do a fair review on it. Regardless, I don't care what people send me for free. I will still not give it a good review if it's not good equipment. But it was. And I've been in touch with the guys over at Power Sports US, and they recontacted me. If you guys want to see that particular video and that review, go over to lawabidingbiker.com/motorcycle cell phone mount. Now, I wanted to announce real quick because he told me, you guys that are headed over to Sturgis, because this is going to pop tomorrow. Sturgis this year is August 4th through 10th, 2014. And our friends at Power Sports US will be over at the Black Hills Harley dealer over there. So they're going to have, I don't know if they had a booth. It was just a quick email. I told them I'd give them a shout out.
Cool. Our Sarge will be there. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Talking that mic.
Sarge will be there.
Attaboy.
Yep.
Attaboy.
Yep.
Very cool. So yeah, guys, check them out. Power Sports US, and they're going to send us a new one.
Yeah.
Lurch.
Oh, really?
Yes. They're going to get rid of the tech mount, it sounds like, and they're going to go with a new one, which I think is really cool, but I'm not going to make my mind up for you guys. I'm telling you, I don't care if it's sent to me for free. I told the guy that. He's been really nice. They know their products are good, I think, and so they send them to me. They don't sponsor us yet. Hopefully in the future. They're up and coming. They'll sponsor us, but I do have an affiliate, so if somebody buys something through them, I do get a small kickback in that. If you guys want to buy that tech mount, it's lawabidingbiker.com/powersportsus. They're coming out with what's called I don't remember. Oh, here it is. Tech gripper. It's called a tech gripper. And I actually looked at it. It looks pretty cool.
Now, Ryan, explain to me, is that for a GPS or is it for a phone?
Either.
Okay.
It will hold. They have the dimensions on there, how wide it will go, but it looks super. It's got a concave sides, and you don't have to put it, like the tech mount was cool. And I still think it's a great mount.
We had to put it in and turn it.
Yeah.
Click it in and turn it.
And it had a case.
Yeah, I like that. It came with a case.
It did. And this tech gripper looks like you can use whatever case you have with it. It's more of a universal, but it's different than any of them I've ever seen. I'm not just saying that.
It's different than the X grip or whatever
X
Ram
grip.
does.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I got. The X grip.
Let me show you this.
Yeah, show me a picture of it.
It's Power Sports.
While you're looking at that up, I like that little intro you gave us there, because I remember on our trip, I asked you at one point, I said, we're making that run there. Did you think about anything? And you told me no. And I had the same thought. I ran for an hour and a half,
Oh, yeah,
without
right.
even, and I didn't even think about anything.
Yep.
Because we've been on the bikes for a week, and it was just
Yep.
nice to, no stress, no fears, like you said, nothing,
to
just
worry about.
ride along,
It's so
chilling
true.
out.
We
and-
talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. That's why I like that you had
I
a little
never-
opener on there, but
Get more relaxed and
Yeah.
more sleepy than on my motorcycle because,
Yeah.
I literally thought about nothing. And it was nice.
nothingness.
Nothing for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. It was nice.
The abyss.
So that's the new one.
That does look pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you can see it's got a, and I'll be putting the links to this in the show, guys. Again, lawabidingbiker.com/powersportsus. And if you do purchase something there, but go through that link, you can look at them. And then there's a video there that shows about it. It's pretty cool. It's their video.
Got a clamp that goes
I
around
think
the bar.
Jake's
No.
gonna be needing one
No?
of those. So
It does have a clamp that goes around the bar, but it also has the same kind of control mount that we mounted LDs. So you can mount it to your clutch reservoir. You can mount it to your brake reservoir. Same thing. If you watch this video, Matt, it
Okay.
shows you all that.
Yeah.
So we will be making a video on it, guys.
Yeah.
When we get it. And of
Try it
course,
out. Put it to use.
we will be fair and balanced. If it's no good,
If it sucks, I'll tell
we're
you.
going to tell you. I don't care if it got sent to me for free. But people do send us stuff, and we will fairly review it, and we will let you guys know, yay or nay, whether you should buy it. We're going to do the good points, the bad points, and everything in between. So there you go. Looks pretty cool, though. See how it's concave
Yeah,
right there?
it
Yeah.
So you can pretty much fit any case in it that you know, or even naked, your phone naked.
Right. That's
So-
how I prefer mine.
But I wonder
Right.
if your phone will stay in when you wreck, though. If you get in a wreck, if your phone's staying in.
I would
We'll
tell
find
you
out.
what, if we can test that,
we know the X grip.
if you
works.
can test
we know
that, the X grip is junk. It did work though. Yeah, you're right. It did hold my phone. Yeah.
So
true.
now that grips that phone's not, that X grip's not any good.
Well, I think it's good, but what we were talking about, and that RAM makes that, it's just bulky and junky. If you
Yeah.
look at stuff like this, I mean, look at,
That's a lot
Does the X grip
smaller
work?
and sleeker.
yeah, it probably works fine, and it did work fine, but do I want something sleek and sexy looking like this, like LD? See how small this
Such
is?
a clean mount. Mounts right onto the
Well, that
bar
is.
there. Yeah.
See how small that is too?
The Ram's got that huge.
It's got like a
ugly-
1-inch ball.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really unsmooth. This is the one LD has right here. And
And the way the ball's set up in that Ram mount, mine's been on my bike for a few years now. I can't adjust it because it's gotten hot
yes,
and misshaped. I can't change it. It's in the position it's in because it's gotten that rubber soft ball there in the middle is formed to the shape of the housing, if that makes sense to the listening audience. But I can't adjust it anymore. It is what it is. That's a lot cleaner, a lot sleeker, a lot closer to the handlebars. There's nothing against the Ram mounts, but I do like this. I think it's a little better.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, do the RAM mounts work? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, for the same amount of money, now that I realize these things are available, I've switched my thoughts. And the reason RAM mounts, because they get the top Google results because they've
Yeah.
been around so long. But if you really start searching, you're like, there's a lot better stuff out there than RAM mounts. I mean, seriously.
I'll have Jake. He's looking for one, so I'll have him go purchase that and try that out.
What's the affiliate link?
What's
the affiliate
Law-abiding biker, www.lawabidingbiker.com / cell phone mount.
No, Power Sports US
Power
is our
Sports
affiliate.
USA mount.
You
Flash.
fell. You fell. I just didn't know. So
There you go, guys. That's nothing but the best co-hosts right there that really pay attention to what's going on. But, that's how we do here. We keep it live. We're not going to cut that out. So, yeah, guys, all jokes aside, they're good guys over there. Like I say, they don't sponsor us, but they have sent us that stuff. And
We'll
I
try
do-
it.
I do
Look
like
forward to it.
www./ we don't know what we're talking about.
Right. / idiot. No,
I just tell him, and he can blog, he can video. I just tell him what I think about it.
right.
It's easier that way.
And if you want to see that blog and video, it's lawabidingbiker.com / motorcycle cell phone mount. That's so we'll do a follow up. Yeah, cool.
Okay.
All right, real quick. What do you think? You guys have been listening, obviously, to the podcast, and then I've been doing some blogs. Real quick follow up blog I did, guys, on the Jacksonville Beach Nippers Grill Biker Club Bike Night shooting. You guys know I've talked about it a little bit. I did do a follow up blog, and basically it's just the facts, guys. Like we say here, we're fair and balanced. I didn't put any fluff in it. I just put through all the different sources, compiled it, and put the things that we actually know. And no, I didn't expand on anything. I just put, this is where it happened. This is the time it happened. This is what usually happens in these cases. Eventually a prosecutor will announce what's going to happen. It was very factual. There's no fluff in it at all. So if you guys want to see all the facts and exactly what's going on with that thing, it's in limbo right now, obviously.
Now we're finding out it wasn't a police officer.
It was not. And that's one of the facts in there.
Never was.
Never was a police officer, and is not a police officer. In fact, he's from the military. I don't know if he's active, and I put that in this blog. In fact, let me go ahead and pull that up for you guys so you can look at the facts.
The 1% clubs will call the Iron Order a cop club because there are some cops in the club.
In it, yeah.
I don't think there's that many, to be honest with you. There's a few, but to a 1% club, you got one cop in your club, you're a cop club. So they just assume everybody in there is cops, but I think there's very few actually.
There is something new though that
Is
on
it
our
factual?
trip, well, about the statement that came out where I don't know how true it is about the 1%ers putting out hits on 3-piece cops.
Oh yeah,
I don't know how true that is. But
I never heard anything about that.
it was basically I know what you're talking about, but it hasn't happened.
Gonna come up and ask you to take your. They're gonna want your patches.
Good luck with that.
If you don't give it to them, then they're gonna.
Yeah,
Whatever.
They've been saying that for years. But yeah, I know.
Good
what you're
luck,
talking about.
but
yeah,
that's what I was reading. I don't know how true it is.
Yeah, I know. There's a bunch of nonsense out
That's
there.
in Florida too.
And some of these blogs.
Yeah, who knows? It could just be some tough guy talking. And
Usually is. It's usually these little internet trolls.
And it's due to this thing.
Right.
Due to that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And again, like I said, Iron Ore is not even an LAMC, which is funny, but they have a few cops in there. So to the 1% group, that they're a cop club.
And the reason they do that, like some of the ridiculous blogs out there, one is the aging rebel.
Dude, he's definitely
he's in his
1% centered. I mean,
oh my
it's
God.
definitely
and it's so
canted to one side.
It's so trashy, dude. If you look at some of the comments and stuff there, it's hilarious.
Well, if that's the audience that he's going for, then he's doing fine.
Yeah, he is. He's got 0.1% of 1% audience.
And maybe he's okay with that. I don't know. Just keep in mind when you read it, you got to know that he's slanted to the words.
Oh my God, he puts
1%.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pretty much. But here's the deal: if they don't write it's a cop club, then it's not sexy, man.
That's true.
It takes all the pizzazz out of it if it's not a cop club.
There's no testosterone in it.
Right.
Otherwise,
nobody wants to read it, but it's got to be a cop club.
It's just me. I don't consider the Iron Order a cop club.
They aren't, and they don't claim to be.
No.
And in fact, several of their members emailed me, and a high-ranking official, and another one that said they actually corrected me on the podcast because I said I think there's a lot of cops in the club, and they corrected me and said actually there's a very small percentage of police officers in their club.
I bet you it's very small.
Man.
Right. So there you go, guys. If you want, I will put this in the show notes. Of course, always, if you want to get episode show notes with all the information, it's lawabidingbiker.com/ and the episode number. All right. And so if this is 50, it'll be 50, and I'm pretty sure this will be episode 50. And again, all the facts are there. I just did bullets, as you guys can see here, exactly the time it occurred. So we just want to get stuff out there that's actually fair and balanced, and I don't like all the other stuff out there. So we're going to hit it, and we're going to make sure that people have an option to read facts or trash. So there you go. We will, also, if you guys want to, we did talk about it heavily on episode 48, lawabidingbiker.com/48, and I briefed up on it on episode 49. So there you go.
So they don't actually know what caused the fight or anything like that.
They do. The investigators do.
Oh, but they're not releasing that.
They haven't released any of that yet because they're still talking to witnesses. There's like 200 patrons there. It's a family type restaurant.
It's a restaurant and it wasn't a bar.
It was not a bar. They corrected me on that.
Is there a bar in it?
There. Oh yeah, you can drink in it. But it's like it's a really nice family restaurant on the beach, dude. It's the first shooting in that city in like 20 some years, dude. It's like a little tiny community, and they don't have stuff like that. So
it's funny how things can get so jaded in the news. Well,
it's not jaded. It's just bloggers.
What you first hear is like, it's a bar, and the cops showed up. The biker cops showed up at this bar, showing their colors. And
the problem today is that you can have people like me, which I consider myself an honest person, and I try to put facts.
Sure.
I don't try to put based on all the information.
Mhm.
Anybody in their underwear in their mom's basement can start a blog now. And you can write whatever you want. And if you get Google rankings, you get Google rankings.
And the exciting stuff sells, so sometimes you embellish it a little bit, right?
Mhm.
And so when you put on your blog, Iron Order murders Black Piston. So I don't use the word murder because that's not really a murder at this point. They're still investigating whether it was justified, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you put murder, biker murder on your headlines, well, people,
It's sexy.
It's sexy. And Cop Club murders Black Piston. It just makes it look really sexy. And so people click on it. All the people out there, they just, I should read that. And so then you get Google rankings, and
That's the age of social media.
it's a guy in his basement in his underwear. I'm not saying any specific, but you know what I mean? That's anybody can
Type
do
it
that.
on a computer. Yeah.
Right. On his PC.
Yep.
Definitely not a
Toddies.
Mac. So do you guys want to talk about this real quick? Go ahead, Matt.
Talking about one of our emails there.
Let's dive in. Let's dive into the email bag just a little bit, buddy. Because we need to put this out.
You got an answer for that, or you just want me to read the question?
Go ahead and read the question.
Oh, okay. Here's the question from Kim Ferris of Huntington, Texas. My husband and I just bought a 2014 Street Glide Special and haven't been able to find rear lowering kits. Any ideas? Thank you.
Go ahead. It's right there for you. We're going to throw it out to the audience
and see if anybody is aware of any lowering kits for the new 2014 Street Glide Special.
Because they really need some help. And so we're throwing it out to the law-abiding biker community.
We're going to put it out to the community and see if the community can come together and help Kim and her husband find lowering kits for their 2014 Street Glide Specials.
And how do they do that, Matt?
They should call the number, which is area code 509-731-3548. Leave us a voicemail and let us know if you're aware of any sweet lowering kits for your Street Glide Special.
Or if anybody's even making them, because
they may not yet. I don't know.
So yeah, the listener line 509-731-3548 or lawabidingbiker.com/voicemail.
Here's my question.
Go ahead.
Is the lowering kit so because you're short and you need to? It's too high. Or
I don't know. They didn't tell me.
That's a possibility.
It could be, or it could just be looks,
or both,
or both.
Okay.
But the Street Glide's already.
Street Glides are pretty low.
Yeah.
As it is.
If you look at the Road Glide, it sits a little bit higher. Or the electric glides and all those, they sit just a little bit higher.
The Ultras sit about an inch higher.
Yeah. So it's already dropped a little bit. I think it's for looks more than anything, probably.
Okay.
Or maybe you got short legs.
Man, you're going to go around the corner and you lower it. You're going to be scraping big time.
You're going to be grabbing some peg there.
Sparking.
True.
Sparking some floorboards.
Sparking it out.
And I'm already sparking as it is.
Yes, sir.
Chewy, why don't you grab the next one?
Buddy? Oh, yeah. I'd like to see you say this guy's name.
Holy cow.
That's why I gave it
Torborjan.
Bjorn.
Torbjorn.
Mm-hmm.
Strandberg from Sala, Sweden. I have a
That's awesome, Sweden. Shout out to our listeners in Sala, Sweden.
You guys watch that show Vikings on TV?
No. I don't have time to watch
awesome,
that. Is
isn't
sweet.
It? I wonder if this guy's related to
You know what's funny is my wife is Norwegian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Scandinavian princess.
Yep.
Torbjorn.
I knew
That's why she's so feisty.
Yep. Hit it.
I have a 2014 Electra CVO and just heard about another recall from Harley-Davidson related to the problems with the front wheel brakes. Do you have any information about that?
I think we do, don't we?
Yes, I do. And let me pull it up
I know
for you
somebody's
guys.
got 2014.
I do have a 2014 Street Glide
Special.
Is it the same recall, I imagine?
Is that you right there?
It does look like me, that picture.
No, there's some black on it.
Nah, he's got a full face.
No, full face. Can't be you.
Chewy, why don't you grab the first couple there? Paragraphs right here, the highlighted ones. Why don't you grab that for the audience?
Harley-Davidson has issued a massive recall for the IBS equipped
ABS.
Well, I hope my bike doesn't come with IBS.
Dude,
ABS.
Irritable bowel syndrome, dude. Seriously.
Yeah.
Okay.
For its ABS equipped 2014 touring models. These recall notices affect.
You're fired.
Dude.
66,421 units. At issue, its placement of the bike's front brake line. At issue is the placement of the bike's front brake line, which may become pinched between the fuel tank and the frame and potentially lock up the front wheel. Try it again. Now that you got yourself together.
It's kind of hard to see from this angle.
He punked you.
Yeah, he did. I'm going to punk him here in a minute. HD will notify owners and offer a fix at local dealers free of charge. Dealers will inspect the brake line for damage and replace as necessary. The dealer will also install additional cable straps to ensure the brake line will not become compromised in the future.
Which meant you told me you got some new zip ties, right?
Yeah. So I have a little follow up on that. I was writing something down here.
You want us to keep going or just
No, that's good enough. So basically, guys, to break that down for you, what it is you should have received a notice in the mail, but if you didn't, we're throwing it out. We're going to do that too. If you guys hear recalls, leave it on our hotline, 509-731-3548 or lawabidingbreaker.com/voicemail from your computer. And we'll put it out for people. It doesn't matter what kind of bike it is. Like we've always said here at Lab Media, we support all bikes. Doesn't matter whether it's metric or American, but I pretty much know about the Harley ones because I drive a Harley. So if you know about other ones you want to put out there, Yamaha and all that kind of stuff, let us know. We'll put it out. But basically what it is on this particular model is I talked to the mechanics extensively today at my local dealership, whom I'm friends with. They told me that they were all very adamant that there has been 3 collisions, non-fatality, related to this issue out of the 60, 70,000, whatever. I don't know the exact number. I'm just
according to here, it's 66,421.
I was close.
Yeah.
All right. So they were right. Out of the 66,000, there have been 3. And so what happens is basically the brake line, it runs under the tank, it runs along the backbone, and right where it about comes out of the tank underneath the seat, it has some bikes, the 3, has a rubbing issue. And so it rattles in there. And what will happen, because it's a hydraulic type line, is it can rub through or it can pinch the line. And so what that means is once it pinches that line, these particular individuals that had the problems, they would put their brake on. And of course the brake would stay on after they let up on it because that line collapsed because it was pinched. So once it's collapsed, the line, it doesn't have enough pressure when you let off to pop the line back out because it's collapsed, and it would keep the brakes on. However, they're equipped with anti-lock, but they did go down. But it doesn't sound to me like anything extremely serious. Now, they've got to examine all these bikes, and my particular dealership sees a lot of bikes. It's the only dealership around for some mileage, and they said they have yet to see anybody with a collapsed line. So what they're doing, guys, it's a pretty simple fix. It is something to be concerned about. Is it huge? No, because I knew about it, and I still went on my trip, my 7-day motorcycle trip, and I still went on another 200-mile day trip today. And then when I came back, I took it in. It takes 20 minutes, guys. All they do, 20 minutes, they take your tank off, pops right off, pop your seat, pop your tank. They look at it, inspect it. If it needs to be replaced, they will. And they put 2 zip ties on there to keep it attached to the backbone. They throw your tank back on. It literally took 20 minutes and 2 zip ties.
Because you didn't need a new line.
And they said they haven't had one yet that needed a new line at all. They said, in fact, mine was actually rubbing against the tank and it was still fine. It is a very, very unique situation, these 3. Something out of the factory where, they didn't stretch it or who knows. So
take it in, though. Get it looked at. Get it done.
Definitely get it done.
Yeah.
It's free. Like I say, it's 20 minutes your time. I didn't even make an appointment. I just drove it in. They said, it's a warranty issue, so they're going to, if at all possible, take care of it ASAP. So there you go. That is the Harley recall, guys. I am going to do a blog and a quick video on that in the next couple days for people's reference. What should be the permalink, Chewy? I'm thinking 2014 Harley brake line.
Brake recall.
Brake recall.
2014 Harley brake recall.
Yep.
Okay, that'll be it, guys. I'm writing it down. When I get that blog done in that video, real quick YouTube video, it'll be lawabidingbiker.com/2014 Harley brake recall.
Can you see that screen okay now?
I can, yeah. That'll work for me.
There you go, guys. Making it right here. Look at making permalinks right here. These guys are
whatever.
Right up to speed. All right, we got another email here. Let's see if we have. Let's see the email. Oh, I want to throw this out real quick, guys. Quick shout out to Todd Armstrong of Eau Claire, EAU.
Eau Claire.
Huh?
It's Eau Claire.
Eau Claire?
Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Wow. He sent me a great question about a final belt drive and replacing it. I just want to shout out to Todd Armstrong that your email you submitted will not go through. I tried to respond to you. It's a great question. Send me your correct email address. I tried it, and make sure you send me your correct email address, and I will respond to you and also put it on an episode. All right. With that said, who wants to go over donations real quick? We've had some really generous people lately. Who wants to roll? Go, go, go.
Got 3 donations here. Zach Lindsay of Hellthorpe. Did I get that right?
I have no idea.
Hellthorpe,
Hellthorpe,
Maryland.
Maryland. MD.
Thank you very
Maryland.
much, Zach.
That's history.
James, I don't want to mess this name up.
Kunkel.
of Warrington, Virginia. Thanks, James. And Alejandro
Guevara.
Guevara
You should know that.
of, go ahead and get that one.
Hialeah, Florida.
Hialeah, Florida. Thanks, Alejandro.
Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. We guarantee it's going to good. Like I said, I work on my days off from my regular job, 12 to 14-hour days, trying to keep this content going for you. And I really appreciate it, trying to up the equipment, keep it coming at you guys, make it better. So if you want to donate, lawabidingbiker.com/donate. And we really appreciate it. Any amount you can send us really, really helps. So, all right, guys, what's up? Matt's giving me a 3 and a 0. We're at 30 minutes, guys.
Good. We got plenty of time.
Yep, we're good to go. So we're going to move in to our main topic, and we're going to breeze through this, guys. So the Sworn Few Motorcycle Club, we ride a lot, but we do have one big trip each year.
Bros only.
Very, very fun trip this year,
Bros,
guys.
that's
Yeah,
right.
it was good.
was
Drama free and
Lots of fun.
good time. Nobody got too out of control.
Yeah,
No.
it was lots of fun.
The VP challenge got a little rough.
VP challenge
I'm
was
just
crazy.
going to let you
That's all I
know
gotta say.
that we're wanted in 3 states after this trip.
Yeah.
Oh, why is that so low?
Sounds good in my headphones.
Yeah, I know, but that's ridiculous. Something happened. I don't
That's
know.
low.
Yeah, I don't know why that's doing that.
Quit messing with me.
Well, I'm gonna have to fix something. Oh,
It is a rap song, so
I know.
It's true.
So there you go, guys. So yeah, we hit it this year, and we do that yearly trip. And this year it was Oregon, California, Nevada, a big huge loop, 7 days. Let's there we go. I got the some of the notes up. So obviously, when we take our trips, guys, I make copious
Show notes.
show notes.
He actually gets his iPhone out, gets his notes out, and starts making notes of all the goofy things that we do, or the things that go wrong, or things that go right.
I do, and specifically for this purpose. So we're going to go through our trip a little bit. Now, a lot of it's fun, and we have fun with it, and there's some funny stories, but there's actually some good, useful information in this too about some of the things we visited and some of the things, the roads and things like that. But of course, mixed in this is some great stories. So day one, who wants to hit it up real quick? And we're going to breeze through this.
We're going to talk about Mike's clutch first.
Yep, there you go.
Outside of Portland, we got separated at a light, and I was sitting next to Mike. He was on my right, and his bike kept creeping forward, and I'm like, what is he doing over there? And I look at him. He's got his clutch in, and he's on the brakes. And he told me his bike's pulling on him. I said, your clutch is out of adjustment. Go, go, go. So he took a right and went down to where he could find a safe place to pull over and stopped. And I carry copious tools in my...
Oh, and so does Oscar.
I carry a bunch of tools, so does Oscar, and I think somebody else had some. Was it John? Somebody did. Anyways, what could have been a really gnarly issue was just the fact that when somebody adjusted his clutch cable, they didn't lock down that lockdown nut. And the person he bought it from, he just got a new Road Glide. What year was it? Do you remember? 11, 12?
It's 11.
11. So
Yeah.
new to him, but the previous owner put some bars on it. I just don't think they locked down the lock nut after adjusting the clutch, and it spun loose, and he lost all his clutch adjustments. So we were able to readjust it and get back on the road.
Yeah, and how do we do that readjustment? Like
Justin and
We just said
Oscar.
it.
I'm pretty sure we made a video about that, didn't we?
I don't know, did we? Oh, you did? Did you make a video
Yeah,
of how to do
no,
that?
they did.
Oh, look at my notes up there.
Yeah, look
Actually, if this happens to you, you can go to lawabidingbiker.com
Jeez
/ Harley clutch cable adjustment and fix it yourself.
There you go.
Basically, the nut came loose and the cable spun. What happens is it shortens the cable line, and so you got to back it out and lengthen it again so that you've got the right adjustment.
True dat. So there you go, guys. That's a really useful video, and we actually used it because we've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't look at the video right
Oh,
there.
yeah, I knew. Oscar and I knew right away. Once we looked down and looked at it, we go, oh, boy. And it took us no time at all to get back on the road.
And actually, Oscar, when he was doing it, reminded me, he goes, hey, We were just joking around. He goes, pretty sure we
Didn't
did
we make a video
about this. Yeah.
Anytime we need to do anything to our bikes, we know we're not allowed to do it until we come see Ryan and make a video of it. I need to put new pads on the back of my bike and on my brakes. I'm sure we'll make a video of that too.
Dang right, dude. Because we throw it out there. A ton of free stuff for the lab community. And you guys, that's something that could really shut you down. I mean, all jokes aside.
In fact, I even made that comment. I said, you know what? A lot of people would be screwed. They'd be sitting there and wouldn't know what was going on with their bike. They call a tow and take it into a dealer. We were able to tune it up in 5 minutes and get right back on the road. Yeah.
Very true. All right. You guys want to keep moving on there? So yeah, check that video out, guys, and know how to do that, because you just need a couple wrenches, and man, that would just suck to ruin your 7-day trip because you had to call a tow truck and take it to a Harley dealer.
LAB-50-Biker.com/Harley clutch cable adjustment.
There you go, buddy. There you go.
Right about, actually, just before that is when LD took the wrong route outside of Portland.
Yeah.
So we had taken a stop earlier in the day at Bingen at Killer Burger. If you're from the area, I highly recommend you go there. There's a sign that says all of our burgers come with bacon, and that's no joke. It's some good stuff. But we talked about not going down 99 through Portland and Beaverton or whatever route that was going around, and LD, because he hasn't updated his GPS since he bought it.
Boom.
Took us down
his ass on that.
Took us down 99, all those
stupid
stupid stoplights and the 100-degree weather, and our bikes are not loving it, and that's all right. Me and Jeff were trying to do the old hand signals and get everybody going, and we're trying to stay on the main road, but everybody took the exit. So as a group, we all took the exit, and I knew that LD was following his GPS, and I knew we would get there. It just might be a little different route. So we all stuck together and got her done.
And that was right before Mike's.
And then we pulled up that stoplight to take a left onto 99, and Mike's bike, his clutch was out.
Started acting up.
Perfect timing. It's a good thing he got stopped at that light. Otherwise, he could have been going down the freeway when that thing was out.
Yep.
And I mean, he just would have had to kill it, but it would have been a bigger deal when he went to clutch it.
And he's got a new
freeway.
Bike. Did you guys mention that?
Yeah, it was his Road Glide, and it had new bars. And the guy he bought it from put the bars on. He just didn't get that lock nut tightened down enough.
All right, keep going. You guys are doing good. You don't have to
We showed up at Hoover's Bar.
Oh, well, before that,
you got to talk about
that.
We
rode into Newport, and
those are, hey, you don't have to Chewy read them. That's just to kind of jot your memory. He just reads the next bullet, dude.
I thought that's what you were talking about.
Oh, we're gonna get there, but we gotta kind of weave the pattern and, and take our listeners on a ride, man. So I mean, obviously we didn't go from Portland to Hoover's Bar. So we rode down Oregon Coast down 101 into Newport, and LD got us a hotel, which was right by the what brewery? The Rogue Brewery. Went over to have some tasty beers.
We went there. Yep.
Being responsible, law-abiding bikers, because we've been over at the Rogue Brewery and been drinking. We walked. Mm-hmm. So we asked where the closest bar was, and they said there's this crap hole bar down the road called Hoover's. You guys will fit in perfectly.
Well,
we
got to tell them that Rogue gave us a bunch of free samples.
As well. They didn't give me any free samples.
Didn't give me any free samples. Yes. We got there after.
Well, because you and I showered the rest of these stinky turds.
They were giving out free samples of beer.
Mm-hmm.
It was good stuff. You could have got drunk. You could have got
Must be nice.
Well, I was feeling pretty good when we left there because I'd had a few their tasty beers. But we decided to walk, and we went down to this bar called Hoover's in Newport. And Newport's a small little beach town. It was middle of the week. What was it, a Tuesday night? Yeah, we left on a Tuesday.
Kind of chilly there.
Cold, for what we're used to, and you're not expecting a whole lot. We walk into this bar, and we tripled the occupancy when we walked in.
Well, at first, when we were walking there, I'm like, are we really going to go into this bar? When I saw it, I was like, yes, we're going. Okay, I'll follow.
So we get in there, and we walk out back, and we had to wipe all the dirt and rain and poop off the chairs out back and set us up a little spot where we can all sit together out there because the bar stunk.
We were the only ones outside.
Yeah, it stunk inside. So we went out back and we're drinking. And we'd ordered, I don't know, our second or third round. And I look over, and our bartender, Julie's got her shirt up.
Oh, I don't like that.
Our bartender. Now, I mean, if I was in a strip club, I'd expect that.
Here's
at a little bar in Newport, Oregon, I wasn't expecting boobs.
I will tell the listening audience we did not ask for that.
We didn't. No, it was totally unsolicited.
And here's the issue I have.
It's unacceptable behavior.
It's not appropriate. I don't think. I mean, I know the Washington laws. I don't know about Oregon laws, but I'm pretty sure you can't pull out your teats at a bar in Oregon when you're serving the liquor.
Here's the issue I have. Every single time this happened, I was not there.
Oh,
I was gone.
Oh, well then
I'd come back, and you guys were like, "Oh yeah, she showed us her boobs," and I'm like, "What?" Yeah, she flashed us.
Apparently she was.
Okay, well, we'll wait till she comes back, and then I leave. Oh, yeah, she flashed us again.
So you
Oh,
don't
guys
believe
are
it ever?
kidding me.
You're not even sure if it happened. Ooh,
That's ridiculous.
apparently she was showing off her G-string too, because I was. We're getting.
Not gonna lie.
We
to
were
you.
walking from the outside to the inside, and Popeye goes, "Oh, did you see her G-string?" I said, "No."
Not gonna lie to you. I saw it.
So yep, she pulls down her pants
She
too.
pulled her.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Yeah.
She's classy.
I
Not-
immediately
not
She's
so
got to
reported.
be
much.
classy.
Yeah. She was.
She's a pistol.
She
She
was a pistol.
obviously is
Well,
attracted to guys that drive motorcycles.
I think
I don't
so.
drive a motorcycle. I ride a motorcycle. I don't know
You-
about you two.
Right.
I heard that earlier.
That's
I ride it.
one of the very first times, and maybe the only time in my life that I've been flashed, and somebody's
And it was the bartender.
Bartender,
Right.
dude.
that I haven't solicited that kind of behavior. And usually when I try to solicit it, it doesn't happen.
Yeah. I'm not going to look. And I mean, I'm not going to look away. I mean, I'm going to look.
Well, no, I just want to because I'm a good witness. I just want to be a good.
Old Julie, she ended up being quite a hoot. She took good care of us, but gave us a little more than we were bargaining for with the
Julie,
the show.
a.k.a. Doug.
Oh, then
Yeah.
somebody started pounding on the tables and yelling "VP challenge."
Oh, you better
Who
talk
was
about this, 'cause
that?
This is you. This is all
Who
of you.
was
dude.
that?
I almost
Stuff
wish.
got messy real quick.
Yeah, I almost wished I didn't, because the next day, the first few hours of the ride were miserable for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you started this. This is you.
Jeff's the VP. The guys
Of
call him
North Crew.
Yeah, the North Crew, the Big River Crew.
Big River shout out.
They call him Sarge. I call him Jeff.
Sarge.
He's
a good man.
good dude. A little bit. He's not old by any means. The guys tease him. They call him Old Man River.
He's
all kinds
fun,
of crap.
man.
But
That guy's fun.
yeah, he's been around the block a few times. Good dude. But he's kind of reserved. It takes him a little while.
He's really soft spoken.
yeah,
too.
real quiet, soft
No,
spoken.
they didn't notice on the podcast. He did.
Oh, well, they didn't notice because you had to bump him up and
It's still.
do a lot of post editing.
Yeah.
But anyways, he was kind of just laying back, and I thought, okay, how can I get this guy going? So I started yelling VP challenge, started pounding on the table, drumming on the table, and I was getting shots of Fireball. And he apparently either he never had Fireball before, or he pretended like he'd never had it before. But I think we had 4 or 5 challenges that night, and
4 or 5?
yeah.
No, you had more than that.
Oh well, however
You
many.
had to have more than that.
I have no idea. Again, just for the listening audience, we were walking. Seriously,
Yeah,
we were.
seriously
We walked.
we did not
Seriously.
But we know when to and when not
Oh
to.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
And, and also we carry, even if we go to a restaurant, we carry the alcohol.
Oh yeah.
And if you guys want to hit that up, lawabidingbiker.com/alcohawk, ALCOHAWK. We carry a little PBT that's available to anybody
Civilian model PBT.
just to make sure. But we actually, most nights, don't have to use it because we walk on purpose.
yeah. So towards the end of the night, I looked down at Jeff, and he's basically laying on the bar, leaning up against it. And I said, "Okay, one more." But I told Julie, I said, "Send him water with a little Tabasco in it, so it bites like a Fireball. He doesn't need another shot." She goes, "Well, his last one was water."
That's
She
right.
gave him water?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
punked.
So I sent him a
Hopefully you didn't have to
virgin
pay for
shot.
water.
Oh, who knows?
Yeah.
Whatever. Who cares? But she didn't give me any water, and I wish she would have, because I had a little bit of a headache in the morning.
Oh.
Yes, you did.
Well,
Yeah.
Fireball. You guys should have been shooting whiskey.
That is Fireball.
Whoa.
Fireball is whiskey. Cinnamon
I know
whiskey.
it's whiskey, but it's thicker.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. Shots to me just should have like a little taste to it, not just a straight JD or something. I mean, what's the point?
It tastes better.
Yeah, not really.
I don't know.
I like Fireball.
I don't like thick, foofy
You don't
liquor.
Foofy.
he doesn't like thick things in his mouth.
Whatever.
Foofy liquor.
Hey, and speaking of drunk people up against the bar,
Oh jeez.
Oh,
Oh
jeez.
jeez. Are we going?
so I think it
here?
was you. You came out to me because
Yes.
this gal walks up to me and she wants a drink. I'm like,
Well,
whatever.
she came up and introduced herself. She
you set it
obviously
up.
saw
Set it
us,
up.
and blonde girl, she was attractive,
bad looking.
attractive looking girl.
Young.
She came up and was talking to us, introduced herself, and she was wanting to know what was going on. And I said, "Well, it's this challenge.
VP challenge.
It's VP challenge." So she ended
Oh,
up
jeez.
going
easy, easy on my desk.
She ended up going down and talking to Jeff too. After
Oh,
she introduced herself to me, and I can't remember her name, but
who cares?
eventually she comes back, and I see her meeting up with this guy, and she's whispering to the guy, pointing at us, and he kind of motions to her, and so she comes back over and says, she starts talking and saying she wants, well, yeah. Well, yeah, can you buy me a drink?
What you told
And
me is
so-
you said she's just scamming us trying to get a drink for her
She
boyfriend.
was.
Okay.
Totally.
Yeah.
So
like
that's when
care,
I was
whatever.
like, I'm like, yeah, you're talking to the wrong guy. I'm not going to buy you a drink. So she went over to, who was it? Was it Oscar?
She snuggled up next to me, and you came and told me.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, exactly what she's doing is her boyfriend told her, go up to these guys. They're drunk. Have them buy you all the drinks that you want. So that's why I told you. I was like, she's going to want you to buy her a drink.
I
So
can't tell you what I told her after I bought
beware.
her a drink, can I? I'll let the host narrate what I told her.
Uh,
So I said, whatever, I'll buy her a drink. And I handed it to her, and what I
You're
tell
all-
her.
Yeah, you're all, who cares? Just buy her a drink.
yeah, we're not gonna say what you said.
Yeah,
It was nice.
I basically told her to get lost.
Take
Basically.
your drink and
Get lost.
Get lost, something like that. Well, the next thing I know,
Enjoy it at your last
She
one.
turns around. Yeah, she turns
I
around,
see
falls on the floor.
well, I see the drink. Did she spilt the drink?
Oh, she threw it in the air. She
And
fell backwards. The drink goes.
I'm
in the
like,
air.
holy, and then boom, she falls in front of me, and then she's like, get away from me, because I tried to help her up.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, and then she was like,
Being
get
the
away
gentleman
from
Chewy
me.
is.
I think she took offense to what I told her, and when she went to turn around and leave, she tripped and fell.
Well, maybe
but
she got
Julie, the bartender, came out of nowhere like a flash, grabbed that girl's drink, and says, "You're done."
Yeah. Maybe
Good.
she got
She's
upset when I
experienced.
talked to her like this.
What a mess.
Yeah, but she, Julie came out and,
Yeah, you're done. Cut her
AKA Doug,
Doug.
came out and
off. Doug cut her off.
took her
AKA
drink and said,
Doug.
"You're gone."
Inside joke.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So, it was
And then
great.
old Oscar's out there dancing with that 7-year-old lady who was the
Dude.
drunk girl's grandma.
I got a story about that lady. So she comes out, lady in red.
The lady
Correct?
in red. Yeah, she was about 7 years old, had her hair all puffed up. And
We're sitting outside, and she comes out, and she's got her jig on. She's
Oh, yeah.
dancing, and she comes up to me, and she's like, "Come on, let's go out, and let's dance." And I'm like, I'm not really in the mood. She's all, "You're just a pussy."
She called
This
you a
60 to
pussy.
70-year-old lady. I'm like, wow.
in Newport, Oregon.
Yeah, dude, Port Oregon. This is great stuff.
Props to the lady
Well, then she moved-
in red.
She moved herself over to one of our other patrons, and
Oscar was dancing with her.
boom, took
Yeah.
her out.
He can line dance and country dance and all that kind of stuff. He was sweeping her off her feet.
She was all over Sarge, but he didn't want anything to do with
No.
it. He was
Well-
being nice,
well,
though.
There was the other Sarge that was there
Yeah,
with us
correct.
was
Oh,
kicking up boots with her
He was, wasn't
out
he?
there.
Nice, dude.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I looked over and he had his arms around two of those women. I was like, wow.
Next thing I know, I woke up at 7:30 because you a-holes. I want to get up early and hit the road because you want to fly down to Eureka. I'm like, what? I don't need to get to Eureka anytime soon.
Oh, dude. And that was our first night, and we really
Probably our
We-
That
craziest
was fun,
night.
though.
Probably our craziest night.
Honestly, that was
It was
probably
probably the night of the
best
trip.
the best night we had.
And the last one was pretty good too.
Yeah,
but
last
that
one was good too, but that was
that was
entertaining. Very
but
much so.
Hoover's Bar
It was entertaining.
dive.
Oh,
Just
total
FYI,
dive
people.
bar.
Julie, aka Doug,
What's up,
you're
girl?
all right.
What's up, girl?
You're all right.
Yeah.
Holla.
$5 holla. Oh, I'm pretty sure she's a stripper before.
Or maybe I don't
Well,
know.
she said-
Whatever.
and
There's nothing
she
wrong with
said
that.
she-
I mean,
Nothing
it
wrong
is.
with that.
It is Oregon. I mean,
I know.
Oregon's got more strip clubs per capita than any other city in the world.
Did you guys put her name out there?
State in
Because
the
she
world.
told me to.
I didn't
she-
put the last name out. I
No,
just
we
said
didn't.
Julie.
She said that we could say her first name.
No, she said last name.
Well, I don't want to blow her out like that.
Okay, well, you don't. She told me she wanted to. I gave her a
No,
business
then
card,
Do it.
and I said, you don't have to give me your last name. I'm going to do it on a podcast. And she said, no, I want you to. She. That's why I have it.
Julie
Ellis.
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 Yeah.
Yep. No, she told
She
me.
was
Trust me, I
Big time
asked.
bartender.
I asked.
Seriously, if you go down to that bar, it's
It's a dive.
It looks like a dive, and you go in, and it's
And it is a dive.
something.
Yeah. She was pulling a half gallon of
Chewy. No
Fireball out of the freezer and pouring it into shots. I mean, most places have it on the gun or
Yep.
they got fists. No, half gallon.
Yeah.
Probably got it at Costco.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're going to move into what's something really cool, guys, that you will want to see, which I thought was pretty impressive.
It was awesome.
Was we rode through the redwood,
cool.
the redwood forest, right?
Yeah, when we first got into it, you start
And
seeing
that's-
some
is it
medium-sized
101?
trees, and you're like, oh, big deal, but they get huge. It's pretty impressive.
But it's
Yeah,
101,
101, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Down
And-
the 101.
And so we left Eureka, right?
Yes.
Or-
Yeah, it's 7:30 in the morning. No, we haven't got to Eureka yet.
No, we were in Newport,
Yeah.
right? No.
Eureka was actually the
Hoover. Hang on, Hoover's is in Newport.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then we
Then Eureka.
got up. Okay, then so the next day we went through the redwood. Now, if you go through the redwoods, very very cool thing. We went through there's actually a redwood tree that's supposed to be the largest tree in the world.
Was it that one that we were actually at? Did you look it up?
Yeah, we drove through the tree.
There's several drive-through ones. Was that?
Oh,
biggest?
I don't know. I
Okay.
maybe I'm
There-
mistaken.
yeah, there's more than one. There's several privately owned drive-through trees, and this one is a privately owned. That's why we had to pay.
Oh, I did not.
Or no,
know
that was a park or something. We had to pay $5 for
Yeah, it
something
was a
there.
park.
It was a park, but there's more than one you can drive through. But this one's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we all got pictures, and if you guys get to the redwood forest,
That's a dang.
there are some
huge tree,
massive trees in that forest. And like Matt says, Lurch says there's quite a few different ones apparently.
Yeah, there's a few different drive-through tree parks.
So we all got pictures. They actually cut the tree out and you can drive your motorcycle through it. Pretty awesome.
We saw a couple small SUVs go through it when we were there.
We did.
Mhm.
Barely fit, but they made it.
Yep.
Now, so if you guys get to that, it's really cool. And we stopped a couple places, just take a leak here and there. And it is weird, like being in that and looking up and around you. I mean, it's like you're just sucked in there with those big trees. Now, we went through the chandelier tree, is what it's called. It's 2,400 years old, estimated, 315 feet tall and 21 feet in diameter.
That was in Leggett, California.
In Leggett, California. Leggett, Leggett. So, yeah, if you guys get to drive through there, very, very beautiful ride. Probably one of the prettiest days we had of scenery that I hadn't seen.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yep. So, all right, here we go. We're calling Chewy out right here.
These guys.
Yep, we are calling Chewy out right here.
I got to say this.
Nope, you're done.
No, you can't defend yourself yet. Stop. Nope, not yet. Not yet. Go.
Yep, he's off and he's on mute. So go ahead and try to talk. Go ahead.
You guys are assholes.
So we're driving by this huge. It's a stop for the redwood forest too.
Right.
It's a private thing, and there's what Chewy describes. He asked us when we went to lunch. He says,
You got to turn my mic on.
"No,
so
I can't. No, you'll have time to defend yourself later. Don't worry about it.
We can hear you in the headphones, but the audience can't hear you.
The audience can't hear you. You're done now." Because I want to get this out. Now, Chewy says, was it when we went to lunch? He said something like, "Hey, did you guys see that huge guy? It's a huge like statue thing."
The big guy and the bull.
The
The
big
giant.
guy-
And the giant. The giant and the bull.
Yes.
You see the giant and the bull?
Did you guys see that big giant guy and that bull?
Do you mean
And we all
Paul
started.
Bunyan and Blue?
Yeah, it
was
was-
it Blue? What's the name of the ox? Blue?
I don't remember the
Blue
name
ox?
of the
Blue?
ox,
Oh,
dude.
I don't know the name of the ox, but I know the ox.
It was
I knew it was Paul Bunyan.
Paul, but we're going to turn you back on. You'll have your say. You'll have your say. And he says it's Paul. Yeah. So everybody starts laughing. And so Chewy got, you're back on Chewy, by the way.
I think that I'm so serious with everybody all the time, so that when I kid around, everybody thinks that I'm serious.
You don't look very serious or act very serious to me.
You're telling me I don't know who Paul Bunyan in the ox is?
Listen, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
It was jokingly like I'm like, hey, did you see
But
the
it was a good
giant and the
story.
blue bull? And everybody's like, are you serious? That's Paul Bunyan. I'm like, dude, it's a freaking joke.
And then old Jake on his way back through
And then
took
Jake
a picture and put it on Facebook. The giant and the bull, for those who know, is what he said.
And it went downhill fast.
Oh yeah,
From-
yeah. Then they started quizzing you about history.
What's history? What?
Then we found out the only people that know anything about history is
What's the independence?
Robin.
Yeah, they got
Robin
upset at me because
Popeye.
they asked me why we celebrate 4th of July, and I said we won our independence.
It's true.
To a point.
We signed the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah,
I guess we didn't win it.
yeah. We didn't win it.
But
I got the date wrong. I said 1773.
yeah, dude,
1776 is when it
you
happened.
can't.
Yeah.
Do
And
this
they
group-
just blew up
Well,
at that point. And-
apparently they had good history teachers. Mine.
and they were
was not that
drinking,
great.
and it was like, we're going after Chewy at this point.
And I told them, just stop.
I put them on notice.
You should have just
I
stopped
put 'em-
playing their game. Just
I
I'm
put them
done.
both
Who
on
cares?
notice. I'm like, both of you, Lee and LD, you both are on notice.
No, they're on notice.
You guys are slobbering over here, freaking.
Oh, they were riding you all trip. I feel sorry for you, dude. So we end up day 3 in San Francisco. We're gonna move right down to here, and
Okay.
So we get lost.
Weird.
We weren't really lost.
We weren't lost. We were in San Francisco.
Oh yeah, we knew where we were.
We knew what town we were in. We didn't know where the hell
We
we were
did
at.
not know where we're. Yeah,
It was a debacle.
it was.
yeah.
in-
It was a goat
Popeye
frolic.
and LD up there yelling at each other, and Ryan and I are in the back just laughing.
Oh, they're like two little sisters.
So
up
what
there,
park did we go to?
I don't know, man. We went through a couple parks, and
People were staring at us like, you guys are at the wrong
I said,
place.
just don't take me up one of them steep hills. I'll go down one, but I don't want to be going up one. Oh, we'll get to that too. We were on some steep hills, and some guys are having some problems with their takeoff.
I know.
Well, wait. Are we to the point where somebody dumped?
No.
Okay.
No, we're gonna we probably talk about that because I got to move this episode along.
Okay.
Oh, I got you.
We're gonna skip that.
We can. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just don't have time for it.
Well, we don't have to do it all today. We can talk about it in the next episode. A little bit
if you
too.
want to hit it, we can do it.
It's up to you, man. You're the host.
I was gonna try to wrap it up in one episode.
Oh, okay.
And if we go too long,
go 10 minutes if we have
then
to.
we'll out the podcast and then we'll finish it after in case people want to listen.
Okay.
But there actually it's some fun stories that people want to hear, but we also have some good information in here. So it's up.
Okay.
Whatever you guys want to do.
Skip that one.
Okay.
Skip that one. Okay. So yeah, Lee, he was trying to get us turned around. And,
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
This was bad.
So he's right in front of an unmarked San Francisco PD car.
I saw it totally.
Yeah,
too.
we all saw it.
When he turned out, I'm like, he just turned in front of that cop right there.
He does a turnout and tries to stop traffic, so we all get to do a U-turn, and then the cop gives him a boop boop, like nice try, buddy. Keep moving. Lee kind of freaks out,
Then he about
drops
tipped his bike over.
We did tip it, tips it over, and then revs it.
Hey, but I got to say this. He controlled himself, got it back
Picked it
on,
up, did a nice little 180 out there,
did
yeah.
a Yui, and headed out.
We were completely lost. That town is kind of hard to get around if you've never been there before.
My GPS was
I
on.
give him props for having the balls to try to block traffic on that.
I wouldn't even have tried it.
I could have got us straight there, but I was just in
Hey,
back
you and I are back there just laughing.
and I was taking notes.
Yeah.
That's why I just
So,
let him,
when you're on a hill and you're going to take off, you put your back brake on, let your clutch out until it's engaged.
Yes.
And then you go. You can't use your front.
You guys had to, you know what? I was using my front brake.
Yeah, you can't do that.
And you guys, because I mean, I have not had experience with that.
Yeah.
And you guys told me, hey,
You're good after that, weren't you?
Yeah.
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 Because if you use for the listening audience, for those that don't know, if you're on a steep hill and you don't want to roll backwards, obviously, and you got to get going, you use your rear brake, put your rear brake on, let your clutch out till it engages, start giving a little bit of gas. Once it starts pulling and you got a nice positive traction, you let it go, let the brake go, let the clutch out, and you take right off. If you use your front brake, one, it's hard to use your front brake and use your throttle.
It is.
Two, you're pushing your front. You could be pushing your front wheel, so it's hard to control. So just give it a little bit of rear brake. Let that clutch out. Once it's engaged, let the brake off and the clutch out, and you go.
Very good. So we got the guys at least trying that.
Yeah,
a few of them.
Yeah, and
it really works well. Yeah. It does.
Now we weren't lost. But we remember now we ended up in front of this frickin' apartment building.
Oh, that was
and it's up on the hill.
We pull over just to talk about where we're at, what's going on. Do you guys even know where you're going?
We are in downtown San Francisco.
Yes.
Yeah.
In front of an apartment complex.
Way up on the hill there, you could actually look down and see the bay.
Yeah.
And we weren't there very long before this lady came out.
This gal came out of Asian descent. I don't know exactly which Asianic culture she belonged to, but she was
Asianic. Matt said Asianic. Is that
and she was telling us,
she didn't want us to steal her car.
No. See, Ryan and I were in the back laughing because you guys are up front and telling her, no, we're fine. We're just lost. We're fine.
She didn't speak English.
But no, she didn't. But what Ryan and I realized, which we still think is the truth, there's a couple of ratty bikes sitting there.
I did
her
see
car.
that. I did see that. Yeah.
And Ryan and I were probably thinking she probably lives next to some Hells Angels or some Bay Riders or one of those other clubs. And she's probably been told to move her damn car before. So she sees, 12 bikes pull up and she's like, I'll move my car. Because she was pointing at her car and pointing at the garage. And I'll move it. And we're telling her, no, it's fine. And then Ryan's in the back going, no, don't steal this one.
Don't break into that one. Don't steal that one. No.
I think she was just she's saying, I'll get my car.
And then her husband came out.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah. That was pretty funny. We're just telling her, no, we're lost, ma'am. Don't worry about it.
Her husband was just as scared as she was.
Oh, yeah.
We were trying to be nice.
There was no communication going on at all.
No,
there was a lot of hand movement.
Right.
That's about it.
Yeah. No, Ryan and I decided, and I think we're right, is that they're probably used to a lot of patches down there and not of the good kind. And they wanted to get move their car before we moved it forward or something.
Unfortunately, people like that in this world still have to live in somewhat of fear of that, which is bull crap.
And we couldn't tell her, hey, don't worry, we're the good guys.
Right.
Because she didn't understand.
That just gives bikers a bad name. See, because they see a patch, they don't realize, they see on TV or the people that they've had to deal with, it just gives all motorcyclists a bad name. And there are people that still live in fear like that. Not I, but there are some people, that aren't in the biker community that worry about that kind of stuff, So there you go. Let's move on. House, dude.
The House of Nanking.
We're gonna throw this out.
You gotta.
Wow, we have to
hit it then.
Jeff
Hit it,
says,
Chewy.
I will tell you this. We go to this.
Chewy's pretty picky about food. We found
I'm
out.
very picky
in
about food.
Chinatown. Yeah, you tried a few things.
So-
I'm proud of you, bro.
But we love
I
you.
tried everything that was there. What was it that we tried?
Back up a little bit. So we go to this place in Chinatown. It's called the House of Nanking. It's a small little place. Jeff told us when you walk in there, they're going to hand you some menus that are all in Chinese. They're going to ask you if you're thirsty, and they're going to ask you if you're hungry, and your answer to both is yes.
I didn't hear any of that.
Oh, because you're okay. I was on the end of the table.
Yeah.
She comes up and she says, "Are you thirsty?" Yes. Are you hungry?
What-
Yes. So that's when all the beers came out. She brought everybody beer, and then the food starts showing up. And what we figured is they bring a couple of appetizers, and then they bring basically an entree per person.
Mm-hmm.
So there was at that point, was there 8 of us, 10 of us?
10 of us.
There was 10.
And so basically there was 10 entrees that came out, and everybody just took a little bit and passed it around. So that's kind of the thing. And all said and done,
But the thing about it is,
$28.
they just come up. She came up and asked us, "Are you thirsty? Do you want beer?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'm thirsty. I want beer." And then she says, "Okay." She leaves, and I'm like, "Are we getting a menu?" So she comes back and gives us a bunch of beer.
Oh, you never saw the menus because you're at the far end of the table.
A Shantae beer wasn't that what it was?
No, it was actually a Chinese beer.
A Shantae. I think that's what it's called.
I don't think so.
Maybe not. Anyways, it was good.
She's a singer, Ashante. She is. Anyways, go on.
So then they give us
You too.
food. She comes up, "Are you
Yeah.
guys hungry?"
Right.
And I didn't see a menu. And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm going.
She handed one menu to the
what?
table and it was in Chinese.
And so she's like, "Okay, you real hungry?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm hungry, but what are you going to bring me?" So she leaves and she comes back with this food. And what was the first thing she brought us was this soup stuff.
It was a dumpling soup, which
And it
is
was good. It was really good.
It's
Your
wonton soup.
it's dumpling. It's basically a pot sticker. It's a wet pot sticker,
And it was good.
Oh, it was really good.
Really good. So the next thing they brought us was
Pot stickers with a little chili sauce.
I don't remember that.
Oh, you didn't get one?
No, they brought
Probably
a
not.
squid.
Later on.
No, it was squid is what they
It
brought
was
us.
squid. That was the first thing
And
after the soup.
see, the thing was, is
It's in my notes.
my wife and I have tried squid in Seattle.
Calamari.
Calamari.
Yeah, calamari.
And I was like,
Technically, that's the correct term.
it's-
Yes.
But
I was like, I tried it in
the stuff you
Seattle.
normally get, even in Seattle,
No.
is frozen.
Yep.
It's pre-breaded. It's frozen. This was real. The
And
real
when I had
deal.
it in Seattle, it was
Rubbery,
real, just
right?
gross. And I was like,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
exactly. So
Mhm.
she brings us out and they start eating it. I'm like, no,
Well, it was-
not trying it.
I said, Chewy's best I ever had. You
Then
got to
they're
try
like,
it, bro.
you have to try this. So I'm like, I'll try a piece of it. I ate it and it was outstanding.
Wasn't it? Yeah, it was
I could
cooked
not
very well.
believe how great that
It was
tasted.
awesome.
So I had a bunch more, but the food there was
They brought out,
outstanding.
beef, chicken, shrimp, garlic fish, calamari, the pot stickers, the dumplings, all kinds of stuff. We left there fat and
yeah.
happy.
I do have to say, I've never liked mushrooms.
Oh yeah, there was a
And
dish that had some mushrooms
They
in it too.
passed out mushrooms. Lee is not a mushroom guy either. He tried the mushrooms because I had tried the calamari. He said, "Wow, these are great mushrooms." So I tried the mushroom. No,
Yeah, I couldn't.
not
do
a
it.
mushroom guy.
It's
Sorry.
the texture
No.
for you.
Not a
Probably.
mushroom guy. Sorry,
Mhm.
You're not a fun guy.
not a fun guy. No.
Bottom line is, if you're in San Francisco, I would suggest you go to the House of Nanking.
I've got to say that is the best Chinese food that I've ever had.
Now you could
Ever.
look it up, but it's like everything else in San Francisco. It's just a hole in the wall. You could literally eat in San Francisco for like 2 years and go to a different restaurant every
Oh,
night and not
there's
eat the
tons.
same
Yeah,
thing.
there's so many of them.
So it's a hole in the wall. It's not like some nationally known, or it's just we have experience with it, and Jeff did, and so it was really good. But it's a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
I mean,
It is.
It's
You
just
would
like
be
all
like,
the rest
whoa.
of them. They're like sweatshops, man. It's
You get
terrible.
maybe
but
40, 50 people in there.
And
they're
we
turning
waited
and burning.
outside for
A few minutes.
not long at all.
Not too long.
They
I mean,
had us a table
they're
clear
getting it
and-
done. I mean, they got
Yeah,
some
they
people back
moved us
there
in.
flinging some food.
and you know,
I
it's all
also
family.
got to say,
yeah.
is the owner and whoever helped us, they are professional. They came up, they shook hands with us. They're
Yeah.
like, "Hey,
Yeah, that was
how
the
was
owner.
the food?"
Yeah.
They were
They're
Yeah.
family. That's
top
why.
notch.
Guarantee probably came to this country, worked their butt off, made something of themselves, but it's pretty good. And we just walk to it, like all the other. There's so many restaurants. It's unbelievable. But all right, so now.
Don't try riding
try riding
the rice-a-roni trolley late at night when you had a few cocktails in you, because the guys aren't going to put up with it. They don't got time for that.
Now, wait a minute.
It wasn't me. Don't even look at me.
No.
I tried to step over the
it was not
chair,
you.
and the guy...
There was somebody else.
Robbie?
I'm not naming any names.
Whatever, call him out.
LD,
he can defend himself later.
LD. We pretty much had this guy. We talked to him when we first showed up, and he's like, yeah, is this going to be a one-way trip? Oh, no.
I'll bring you back.
Okay. So I'm like, okay, so, when do we pay you? Don't worry about it right now. Don't worry about it. Just get on. We'll take a ride. And then LD started
talking some smack.
Started in with his
next thing we know, it's
rampage
now
and
it's
ringing the bell.
and it's one way.
Guy immediately comes up. He's like, give me your money now, and it's going to be one way.
LD
and I said, one way? Where are you taking us?
Yeah. And so we ended up getting off the trolley and walking our happy, what's back to the hotel. Thanks, LD.
No rice-a-roni for us.
Yeah.
We were ejected.
So then we wandered down to the Pier 30. Is it Pier 39?
Goodness.
Is that right? Pier 39?
I don't remember.
It was Pier 39.
I think it's Pier 39. They got a bunch of bars, restaurants, shops, all kinds of stuff. We walked in the Hard Rock. And the ugliest woman I ever saw.
Wasn't a woman.
You guys.
Hey guys, come and have a seat.
I got a beer for you.
Oh, scary.
I'm like, Jesus, whoa.
We truly knew that we were in San Francisco at that point.
Hey guys.
What's sad is it's like, dude, you're trying to pull off a woman. You might want to go have surgery on your neck or something so that you can talk like
He's probably ugly as a dude.
Oh my God. Jeez.
Get up to your mic, Chewy. Get up to your mic.
It was horrible.
There you go. Much better.
So we had like one beer in there. And then this are we gonna call John out? I see you got it in the notes.
We call everybody.
Okay, calling out
but
John.
That was okay.
It was
John,
okay.
Hey.
It was okay. It's how he did it, which made us laugh.
He is kind of a pimp.
He's smooth. He's a smooth operator. Him and Lionel Richie, man, they got it going on. So this black gal, she's gorgeous black gal.
Explain who John is for the listening audience. He's a ride along.
John is a friend of the club that comes and rides with us from time to
Correct.
time. And by friend of the club, and I'm not talking about our status we have for the club,
Right.
but he rides with us. Him and Mario.
He can't be a club member because he's got a which we don't care, but he's got a 20-year-old Yamaha.
He's got like a 1988 Yamaha Virago, and he rides it like he stole it.
That made it the whole way.
We thought for sure. Well, a couple times we had questions.
Yes.
It died a couple times. But anyways, John, very polite guy. He really is a nice dude and cares about people.
Very nice.
But in today's society,
he's a pedophile.
It comes
just say it.
Yes. No, he's not. It comes.
He's not, but he comes across as.
So, anyways, this beautiful black gal. She got a big afro and everything. I mean, not what we're used to seeing around our little redneck town. But she's good looking, and she's got some short shorts and some long legs.
Oh yeah,
she has some long legs on her. And so John says, "Excuse me, ma'am.
Excuse me.
I don't mean to be forward, and I know you're busy, but you really have beautiful legs."
She was taken back by that.
He's
really,
like, what?
She's like, what?
But
What the heck?
his pimp move is strong.
Yep.
He kind of threw her out of her game a little bit. I mean,
whoa, what's happening here?
Yeah, normally he's just say, hey, nice
legs,
nice butt, nice
Yeah,
butt.
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
You got nice legs there, baby.
Yeah. Are your legs tired because you've been running through my dreams all night long?
Yeah, he's all professional in how he talks.
Yeah, but excuse me, ma'am. I don't mean to be forward. And,
could you come over here and talk to me real quick?
He says, literally, this is what he said. I listened to him, ma'am. He called her ma'am. Granted, he's like 20 years older than her. Ma'am, I don't mean to be forward, and I know you're busy. But you have some beautiful legs. Thank you, sir.
She was blushing and then she laughed real quick.
Hey, by the way, apparently there's a drought down there, and I just sent. Did I sent you an email? I sent you a story today.
Back.
Yeah, apparently they're making water cops. They're going to hire some water cops. Yep. So if anybody listening from the San Francisco area is going to be a water cop, you need to go to downtown. What was the name of that? Maggie something. Some Irish bar down there.
I can't remember.
And the guys power washing the street, they're wasting a lot of water.
Yep, I saw. Yep.
Yeah, you can go bust those guys.
They are wasting a ton of water. But apparently it doesn't matter in San Francisco.
No.
During the drought.
Oh, okay, probably not.
Dude, so John threw me back on that. I'm just going to say, didn't just throw her back. Like, what the hell, dude?
Oh, he's just he's a.
But you know what? She was surprised by it, but
She was
it
not offended whatsoever,
No,
'cause
it
he's
wasn't
smooth.
like she thought he was like, oh my god, he's.
It was strange to us because we're a little bit younger than John. He's just I was watching him throughout the trip. You know, even when he's talking to David's wife,
Pedophile.
He no,
But
he's
you know what?
just a super nice guy.
But he doesn't prepare anybody either.
RSO.
He doesn't say, he doesn't go like, hey, I think that black girl's
right.
attractive.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
just goes, all of a sudden, he's like,
Bingo.
excuse me, miss. And I'm like,
We're all
Come.
looking at each other like,
I'm
what's
thinking-
he going to say?
I'm
Come here.
Yeah,
Come
I'm
here.
thinking he's going to ask her for a drink. And then all of a sudden, here he goes. I'm like, holy crap.
Nice, smooth, whatever.
Ma'am, I don't mean to be rude, but can I beep you?
Yeah.
Just, no, dude. you
Hey,
can't
we
do
love
that.
you. Hey, we love you, John.
I do too.
You're an awesome guy to
Absolutely.
have
Good.
come with us.
Good.
You're a
dude.
lot of fun.
You know what we're going to do here, guys?
What are we gonna do?
Here you go, guys. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take it out right now, the regular law-abiding biker podcast. Now, because we're at an hour and about 15,
Hour 10.
10.
an hour 10.
Yep.
You know what, guys? Appreciate you listening. We are going to close out, but after we are done closing out here, we're actually going to fire it back up. And we're going to continue, I think it's day 4, 5, and 6 of the trip.
You're not gonna do that in the second episode. You
No,
want to just
no.
get a little
I
bonus
want to
footage?
get it done. It's just bonus if you
Okay.
guys want to listen, because not everybody wants to listen to the whole trip.
Sure.
We have a lot of information, and we actually do have some really cool stuff that we did, and some very cool destinations for you guys. But if you don't want to listen, completely understand. But when this outro's done, we will pick it back up, and we're just gonna, however long it takes. And if you guys want to listen, cool. So, anyways,
Thanks for
Thanks.
putting up with us, guys.
absolutely. Thanks for tuning in.
Don't forget the Lab podcast phone number is 509-731-3548. Leave us a message.
Hey, don't forget to get that new podcast app we have, guys. lawabidingbiker.com/app. Don't forget, if you want to support us, support me, lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon. That's my Patreon page where you can donate a certain amount per content
And you
creation.
can put a cap on that.
Oh, no risk. No
Boom.
risk, Lurch. Don't forget to leave us a voicemail. Of course, Lurch gave you the phone number. Also, right from your computer, folks. lawabidingbiker.com/voicemail. That's right. Computer voicemail 2014. Don't forget to get in that awesome email club. It is growing
I belong.
thousands. Seriously.
I am.
It is growing crazy. lawabidingbiker.com.
I get maybe an email or two a month.
I absolutely refuse to spam people
Thank you.
because that pisses me off.
Yeah.
So you will not get spam. You only get updates about free content. And, of course, some for sale content because we're trying to monetize. I work hard at this stuff. So does the guys in the studio here. All right, guys. Rate us. Please, please, please. lawabidingbiker.com/iTunes or /Stitcher Radio. Take you right there.
Stitcher Radio.
That is correct. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Tune into the next episode. We have got a ton of content coming up on the next episode. And again, if you would like to hang around, we're going to go ahead and pick it right back up where we left off. So we will, let's see, where were we at? Where were we at?
I think we're at day 4.
Day
Yep,
4.
Day
Day
4.
4.
And we do have some awesome information. If you guys are hanging around to listen, we thank you. And
It's going to be fun.
we've got some funny stories, but we've
It'll
got
be
some really
fun.
good, useful information too. All right, so Lurch, let's pick it right back up.
So we wake up in the morning in San Francisco, and of course Ryan and I want to sleep in a little bit, and that was
That's
not going to be
Frisco.
had.
Frisco to you.
Frisco, whatever. So we wake up. Ryan and I want to sleep in a little bit, but Mario had a buddy that was friends with a dude that worked for the San Francisco PD Harbor Patrol. He's trying to get us out there on a little sightseeing, go on patrol, do a little ride along on the boat.
Yep.
But it wasn't a for sure deal. Even that night, he wasn't even sure of it. So he goes, me and Ryan are sleeping. There's a pound on our door because we're sharing, not sharing rooms, but we had adjoining rooms with John and
Sarge.
Sarge, yeah, Jeff.
Sarge.
Yeah, so he pounds on the door, and I get up there. I'm in my skivvies, man. I'm in my underwear. I open the door and the adjoining door, and he says, "Hey, Mario's going to go talk to this dude and see if this thing's a go." I said, "Great. Call me back when it's a go. I'm going back to sleep." So Ryan goes, "What was that?" I go, "I don't know. They're talking about maybe. It's still a maybe." And so Ryan and I are in bed, and then the not in bed together. Let me clarify. We're in our separate beds.
Yeah, because you said me and
I
Ryan.
said
are in
I did say it. I
bed.
want to clarify.
Pretty
Thank
big
you.
bed.
Well, I know. He's so little. I got to spoon him. But anyways, then the phone rings and it's I think it's LD going, "Where are you guys? We're getting on the boat." Well, like an hour ago, this was a maybe.
We had talked. We went down and actually met the guys and talked to them.
Okay, well, here's Ryan and I still sleep in the room, a little hungover maybe. And we grab, whirlwind. We grab all our stuff, throw it in the bags. We get down. We're gonna ride down and meet you guys down at the dock, Pier 49, I think it was, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Throw everything on our bikes. We get down there. Your guys' bikes are still sitting there. Like, what the hell?
We walked.
Yeah, you walked. Well, we didn't know we had to walk. We had to jog, basically. We didn't jog, bro. We did a fast walk. But we fast walked it several blocks to get down there.
I will say this: LD waited for you guys.
Oh,
because
whatever.
the guy, they were ready to go.
And I said, and you know, I told Ryan, tell him, piss off, go. We'll go sit and have coffee and relax. No big deal. But I'm glad you guys waited. All kidding aside,
because it was freaking awesome.
Those guys, Mike and Mike, they were the two operators on the boat, and they took us on patrol with them.
Mm-hmm.
We got to go out and under the Golden Gate Bridge and get some photos of the bridge and out to the edges where they patrol, and then back around Alcatraz, over to AT&T Field. Probably one of the coolest things we did on the whole trip.
I wasn't very
awesome.
impressed with AT&T Field, but just to say I've been there.
Oh,
I took
because you're a
pictures.
Mariners fan or whatever.
Mhm.
I couldn't give a crap less. So I don't know.
I took pictures.
It was
it's cool to see. They were.
It was a baseball field. I couldn't give
on
two
the
craps
water
about it.
where Barry Bonds had hit
Thank
home
you.
runs.
Yeah, whatever. We had to go. There's like these 8-year-olds out there practicing their selling.
yeah.
What's that? They're going around. So, but that was a good deal. Yeah, I like Mike and Mike from San Francisco PD. Thank you,
Very
bros.
cool guys, man.
Yeah,
very cool guys.
Apparently, they do a lot of that. They take dignitaries and other police officers out there and take them on patrol with them. But
Well, it was fun. We
it was a
appreciate
hoot.
it.
Yeah, it was awesome. And the funny thing was, we were sitting outside of Alcatraz, and we're all taking pictures of Alcatraz.
And they were all
people
taking
on
pictures of us.
People on Alcatraz are taking pictures of us.
It's the cops. They're pulling up. Hey, take
Why
pictures.
is there 14 of them on that boat?
They don't look like cops, but let's take pictures anyways.
Yeah, good deal. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was. Thank you.
Yeah, very big shout out to San Francisco PD. Really stepped up to the plate there. San Francisco Port. Is there a separate department? I couldn't figure that
No,
out.
it was San Francisco Police Department.
No, it
That's
was.
Okay,
the
it
PD.
is.
Yeah, it was the police.
You know how
Yeah.
Seattle has Seattle and then Seattle Port?
Port Authority? No, they
Okay.
were a division of the PD.
I never got to ask them that, but super great guys, man.
Both of them had been in the Coast Guard before. They're in San Francisco, so it was a natural fit for them. What a gig, man. That's a good deal.
And here's
sweet
the thing,
deal.
though. Here's what's funny that I pulled out of that is I talked to him, not the guy driving, Mike. I talked to Mike, and that was outside the whole time. Now, here's an old crusty guy like me that's got 19 years on, right, Matt? About the same.
Mm-hmm.
I asked the guy, I'm like, dude, this is a good gig, dude. You're going to ride this till retirement? I mean, do you have terms? And he's like, No, once you're in a specialty, you can stay in as long as you want, unlike my department. And I go, oh, dude, you're going to stay in here. He's like, no. Young guy. He came from the Coast Guard to here.
He's only been on 5 or 6 years.
No, I'm going to go work the street and stuff. I'm like, you freaking idiot. And I didn't tell him that.
Milk this for 25 years. What are you, crazy?
I would
Absolutely.
die. I would die for this job, bro.
Yeah.
Wait. So because he hasn't had time, he came straight from the Coast Guard. They threw him in there.
Because he's a natural fit.
Exactly.
Put the boat dude in the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And he hasn't had a chance to be, a street
He'll
cop.
go back to the boats.
Well, they were mentioning
If he doesn't, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
You go ahead.
No, you.
Eyes are all on you.
He did mention that they have 8.
You're sexy. Go ahead.
I'm sexy. Yes, sir.
You're talking about how many jumpers?
Yeah, they have 8
On
a
average.
month.
It was 6 to 8 on average a month.
A month.
Yeah.
And he talked about one of the the school thing.
yeah, the dude.
Yeah, the young kid.
His
that-
buddies dared him.
They dared him to
You wouldn't.
jump.
You won't jump.
You
from
won't
the
do it.
from the Golden Gate, right?
right.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling us that they would, when they have people that want to commit suicide, they commit suicide off that bridge.
Right. They don't do a cannonball. They do like a belly flop.
Yeah, and
or
they find them there, and they're
Yeah.
pretty much broke up. So, anyways, he's talking about this school that they had this field trip, and they're on the bridge, and some friends dared this guy, "Oh, you'll never jump off."
And dude just jumped.
He jumps off, and is not hurt one
Not a
bit.
scratch.
Not a scratch on him.
The only person that's ever jumped off that bridge and lived, right? I think so. I think that's what he said.
I don't know. I don't know about that, but not many live because they're trying to kill themselves, so they belly flop or.
Well, what the guy told me, Mike, he told me that most people, even if they try to jump and land normal, it's the wind that gets them.
But
so when they jump, because there's so much wind
spiral.
that comes through the bay, as soon as they hit the wind, you can't stay straight.
So
and
this,
it
but also
so this cat didn't have the intention of dying, so he had a little angel on his shoulders. What you're telling
something.
me?
Yes,
it wasn't his time. But also the current in that water,
six knots.
He stopped the boat just to show us, because we're like, what?
He had in reverse and he couldn't keep up with the current.
No, he stopped the boat, and the current in that water it's unbelievable. It is.
That's why they did not escape from Alcatraz.
No,
they be dead.
No,
they be dead.
I'm telling you, no way.
I asked him. He said there are people that can make that swim, but they've trained for it, and they go at the right time.
They go when the tide.
I couldn't imagine trying to swim in that current and that.
Not some jailbirds
beating against you, and
no, they do it with it. And they know what they're doing. These guys just picked a time and went.
Chewy, don't you have recurring nightmares? Tell us.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hang on. Wait,
Chewy doesn't like open water.
I will tell you this. I have a
hang
fear.
on. You can't talk yet.
Okay.
You cannot talk
He's
yet.
which means he has a sound.
Right.
Because
this is serious,
looking
dude.
for the sound. We're looking.
Just
looking for
Lurch.
And so here it is.
Do not tease him. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So I do have a fear. And my fear is.
Don't fear fear. If you don't fear fear.
Chewy.
I'm telling you, being out in the ocean. Like say.
What? Like a whale's going to come up and bite you in the junk?
No. Being out, like say you're on a boat, you go on a cruise and it sinks, and you're out in the middle of the ocean with nothing else around.
Titanic.
And you're there.
You just float as long as you can.
You're there. What are you going to do?
Well, I'll tell you. The academy that I went through, this undescript law enforcement agency, has a training pool, and they told me how they showed me how to take my pants off, tie the legs in a knot, and blow into the top, and use it as a flotation device. I will gladly show you that maneuver at my birthday party.
And
there in a couple of weeks at the pool.
Yeah. I don't plan on going out in the ocean. My wife tries to get me on a boat, wants to go on a cruise, and I'm like,
dude, you could take your jeans off, tie the legs together, and blow into the waist, and every once in a while, it will deflate because they're
eventually,
jeans.
yeah.
You just blow a little more water into it. You can float for days until a shark eats you.
That's my fear, folks.
No, fears are. To most people, they don't make any sense. I don't like heights. I really don't. Everybody's got a weird little fear. Some people are afraid of spiders, snakes, whatever.
That is my fear.
It is what it is.
Being out in the ocean.
I won't.
And not having going.
I'll tease you a little bit, but I understand.
We're done. We're out. We're done. That would, yeah.
Lurch can make as much fun as he wants. Chewy, I'm with you.
Yeah. I would not want to be in that situation.
I'd just take a deep gulp and go down. Whatever.
Ugh.
I'm done.
Chewy, I do appreciate you telling us your fear.
Thank you for being honest.
Thank you for just, because we've all got our fears.
Everybody has fears. I'm just man enough to admit mine.
Thank you. Yes. I admit mine.
So that ended our little tour of San Francisco, that weird little town.
Yeah.
Then we started riding. Again.
Oh,
did we meet anybody?
We hit up the Battered Beaver.
Oh yeah, you got those little out of order. I'm tracking your.
No, I didn't. It's not out of order. We drove from San Francisco to Oakdale.
Oh, we did the same at the same time.
We rode.
We did those both at the same time.
I gotta say,
we toured the bay. Then we met Greg. We drove from San Francisco to Oakdale, California.
Yep.
When we pulled into Oakdale, I see this guy.
Hang on. It's Oakdale.
Is it Oakdale?
I don't know. That's what I read.
I think it's Oakdale.
I think it's Oakdale.
Let me
go ahead. You guys
go ahead. I'll Google it while you're talking. Oh, you
got amongst yourself.
You got the computer over there.
I think it's Oakdale, but you guys proved me wrong.
Go ahead. Talk amongst yourself.
So, anyways, we pull in.
Oh, look at that.
Oakdale. It is Oakdale.
Oakdale, California.
In search instead of Oakdale.
But anyways, we pull in and I see this gentleman on a nice looking bike. As we're pulling in, we're riding, and he's waving at us, and he's giving thumbs up, giving thumbs up, and I'm like, cool. He likes guys that rides bikes, so I'm waving back at him. I'm like, cool. Yeah. And so
then he pulls out and joins the group.
And I'm like, okay, what is going on?
Yeah, Ryan didn't front load us.
Yeah.
I see the f***ing look in your eyes.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't look dangerous though.
No, he didn't.
So we pull off, and I see Ryan talking to the guy. So I think Ryan's just meeting friends and talking, and I put my hat on.
Hang on, Chewy.
I need you more
No, I would.
Go ahead.
We pulled into the battered beaver, which
The battered beaver.
we're going to talk about, and we all pulled up and turned our bikes and backed them into the curb, and so did this guy. I thought, who is this dude?
And then I saw him talking to Ryan. They get off the bike, and then I'm putting my stuff on.
It took me a while
and I
to
put my
figure it
hat
out.
on, and he says, "Hey, is Chewy here?" And I'm like, "What in the hell is going on?"
No wonder.
So I start walking over there. I start walking over, and Ryan's like, "Yeah, Chewy's here. He's with us. Oh, he's right here." And so Greg is his name, comes up, shakes my hand, gives me a hug.
Bro hug.
Yeah, gives me a bro hug, and I'm like, "How's it going, bro?" And I have no idea who this guy is. Well, then Ryan explains it to me, and I'm like, "Holy,
That's Greg.
That's really cool."
He knew who I was because they called me Lurch, and I probably stuck out in that group. That tall,
Probably.
lurchy looking dude must be Lurch.
So shout out real quick to Greg Gaxiola.
Awesome,
pleasure.
awesome dude.
Pleasure to meet him.
Loyal listeners.
Also, we
I
have
was mildly
And-
concerned that night later on at Dave's house with Dave's opinions about the world that he might be a little offensive.
I get along with that guy just fine. He's great.
Dave's a little bit slanted to the right in his views, and
I like him very much.
I'm not. Yeah, I did too, but I was concerned about our guest Greg.
Yeah.
But Greg said, he fit in just fine, didn't he?
You know what, though?
Without going into details, Greg fit
Greg
in
is
just fine.
Greg's a very nice guy.
Yep.
I enjoyed meeting him.
Now let me
And
tell you
riding
the
with him.
rest of the story.
Go ahead.
Because you guys were up front. I was in back at that point. We knew we were picking him up. And so I assumed that was him. We pulled in the parking lot.
We meaning you.
Me and whoever was in back.
LD
You were
probably.
too.
Yes, you and I in the back.
I just
I
assumed
had
because
no
we've
idea.
been in contact with Greg.
Oh,
me
but-
and LD.
Well, yeah,
LD probably,
yeah,
yeah.
Greg, yeah. He's in contact with LD quite a bit on
Right.
Facebook. I think.
So I knew why we were pulling in that parking lot.
You knew who he was. I did.
Right.
You and I were in the back.
I never seen him before, but I just knew it was him because we
Yeah.
had been in like recent contact, like at the gas station, like 2 minutes before.
We talked about it.
No,
Oh,
just us.
okay.
So I knew right where he was waiting, and it just happened. It was good timing. So, and I had talked to him when we parked our bikes in front of the battered beaver.
Better beating it up over there in Oakdale.
Oakdale.
By the way, the bartender said her beaver was not battered.
Yes. And
Yeah.
you know what? I'm in control of our Facebook page, and I may have taken
Mm.
some wives off. We weren't beating anything up. The only thing we were beating up was the beer.
You know what
That was about it.
she said to Lurch? She did say that.
Did
She said, "My beaver is not battered."
I
And
asked
you know
her?
what Lurch said? Hang on.
I said, "How long is this
No, you
beaver?"
didn't. No, you didn't. He goes, "I would like to batter that beaver."
No, I didn't. You're such a liar. You're such a liar. Don't even.
Oh man, you're in
No.
trouble now. I don't believe you said that, but that's funny.
I said, "How long has this battered beaver been here?" And she said, "It's been about 4 years, and this beaver's not battered."
This beaver's not battered.
and I didn't ask. Like I was not.
She
asking.
looked like she could batter some
she worked out.
stuff, man.
Yep,
she was
worked
built.
out. She had some guns on her.
Uh-huh. Watch your meat.
But hey, I'm glad we left that bar. Boys,
Okay.
because-
Oh yeah, we couldn't stay there.
Hang
long.
on a sec. You guys are
Yeah,
Go-
way
jumping ahead.
going
Sorry.
ahead.
Sorry.
I'm laughing about that. Sorry,
we'll
Lurch.
probably talk that towards the end. I didn't say that, and you know I didn't.
All right, dude. Okay, so
You know I didn't say
Yeah,
that.
okay, you did.
Whatever.
But
I
it's
did.
That's what I'm
funny.
telling you. I don't believe you said that, but that's funny.
But it's funny. Thank you. That's all that counts on this podcast. Not the truth, right? Yeah. So she was a good sport. But anyways, Greg, good people. And he met us. Now,
Very good person.
you guys did not have the conversation that I had with Greg. Okay?
You were sitting over at the bar by
we sat at the bar, bellied up to the bar, and I was right next to him. And you guys were all down.
I was near you.
Right.
Well, I was next to you too.
So when you're sitting at a bar, that's a problem with sitting at
I
a
was at
bar.
the very end, away from you.
You could
guys.
talk to the person to your left, person to your right.
There you go.
Yeah, I was away
and
from you
Katie,
guys.
the bartender.
We weren't at a table.
Right.
So me and Greg talked extensively about life
Mm.
and everything.
So
Now-
did you learn anything?
Tell us what he thinks.
The very first thing I told him was we were in. Now he's a
Are you going to use the term?
he's a Californian.
I don't know if I'd use.
No,
that
I'm
term.
not. No, I'm
Okay.
not. He's a Californian, and but yet completely probably not what you think.
He's Northern California.
Yeah. And the first thing he said when I said we were came from San Francisco is he said he made a funny term about he kind of tweaked the name of San Francisco.
There was
Let
a
me-
little bit of a slur there.
Maybe. And I go, okay,
We're good.
yep,
We're good.
We're good. This guy probably not offend this guy.
Yeah.
Probably probably fit right in with our crew. And of course he did later that night, because LD had a friend, which was nice one night that we did not have to pay for hotel.
David.
Very nice. Thank you.
Mhm.
David.
Yep.
And David and Jamie.
We all chipped in.
Awesome.
Yeah. They went out and did the grocery shopping.
Correct.
He bought a bunch of beer. He bought a bunch of food, him and his wife, and they gave us a total of like, I don't know, $30 a person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for food and
For food.
Yeah,
Free lodging.
Yeah.
And we did some laundry.
Yes.
I tell you what, though, those are the type of people that I can hang out with.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
I enjoyed myself there.
Oh, yeah, it was a good
It
time.
was a good time.
Now, I will tell you guys real quick that Dave, that we stayed with, and his wife, to set this up, because we're going to talk a little bit about this. We're going to have some fun with this. These folks were originally from our neck of the woods,
Mhm.
Yeah, the redneck of the woods.
the red neck of the woods.
We are rednecks. that's for sure.
And yeah, and a lot of right wingers where we come from,
Mhm.
and or whatever.
You going to talk about what he
Independence.
wanted us to do when we left?
Not yet.
Oh, no. Okay.
I'm setting it up because we got to talk a little bit about Dave and his place. Okay. Now, so Dave, you got to understand, that's like putting a Republican in the middle of liberal America,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, a staunch Republican.
That's how I...
not just like
Very, very-
independent, like
no.
staunch
He's
Republican.
outspoken. I
Yeah.
love it.
And he eats every moment of it up because he lives around a bunch of liberals, and of course, being the guy he is, he does everything he can.
to
But he's-
irritate his neighbors.
just-
He speaks the
Let-
truth, and he would eat those people up. It's awesome, dude.
And it's funny, dude, because he got put in somewhere where he doesn't belong, and he knows that, and he's going to make the best of it. So it was quite humorous. But so they took us in, and we all slept on the floor. I slept on a recliner.
I took a Neo Air.
yeah, he did.
yeah.
He had an air mattress.
Yeah, for my backpacking.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it's a small little thing. It's about the size of a Coleman
Yep.
canteen.
And see, I
or
could have
something.
packed. I have one
Yeah.
that does that, and I could have packed it. But
Oh, you should have.
it worked out fine. but you
I
were
had
probably more
I
comfortable
was
than me.
laying on 2.5 inches of
Aw.
air. And then Ryan goes, dude, you really need a CPAP, dude, because you did not stop. You stopped breathing for 22 seconds. I said, that was the dog, bro. It was Dave's dog laying on the couch next to me.
He had
The
an
love seat.
overweight dog.
He's overweight, old,
And he's-
Way.
overweight old dog that's been bitten by a rattlesnake, which he didn't take to the vet because he figured it just either die or survive, and it survived. It's got like all kinds of tumors. I mean, this is old, gnarly dog. And the dog was over there going, and he thought it was me.
Now,
Well, I walked in and saw you sleeping on that chair, and I thought,
I wasn't really sleeping.
holy. I
was-
wonder how much sleep you had.
It had to be better than the floor.
Now-
You know what? I slept on and off. It wasn't the best sleep, but I mean, it wasn't
It was sleep.
the worst thing that I've ever done.
You got to understand.
Ryan's neurotic. I mean, he's got to have his
Oh.
stuff set out. I mean, he had his
I am.
he had his
I admit it. I admit
Maverick
Shut up.
fighter jet thing on his face. I mean, he had his little fan noise on his iPhone. I mean, he should have been okay.
Dude, when I'm out of town, there is no such thing as sleep.
I
But you know
I
what?
slept
When
for
you-
2
Unless
days.
Yeah.
I'm in a good hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you
I can do
go,
it.
like
San Fran, I didn't want to get out. That
for
was
me,
nice.
I don't, when I'm not at my place, I don't sleep very well at all anyways. I wake up during the
Ooh.
night.
The best sleep actually of all places was in South Lake Tahoe. Wasn't it? Those beds are foam,
Wow.
memory foam.
That was
yeah,
my best sleep. Yep.
Hey, I got a
Of the
question
whole
for you.
trip.
How can you sleep really well when there's 4 dudes in one room? I got a question.
Well, here's what we do.
Yeah, I want to know. How do you
And I set this
Hang
up.
on.
how
Before
do
you do
Fruit
that,
Loops do that?
before you do this, Lurch, because the audience doesn't know what we're talking about, set this up because
Oh, okay.
you know what I mean?
Okay.
Me and you had our own room and we had our
Right.
separate beds. Explain how these
So-
knuckleheads did it.
Okay, so LD a lot of times, well, all the time, he plans these trips. He tells us where the stops are. He picks the hotels. A lot of times they're Best Westerns because you get a discount for the Harley owners group and whatnot. So he says, "Here's where we're stopping. Here's the hotels. You need to make your own reservations." So Ryan and I share a room, and I made the reservations for the trip this time. And then apparently 4 of you guys shared a room.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Well, it was
now,
well,
now,
actually,
now
yes.
granted,
yes,
because we
it
had the
was
one
for the whole
night. We had the one night at Days, which was free, and the rest of the hotels are pretty reasonable. It cost $500 for me for the whole week. So you guys are about $250, I guess. If you're paying more than $250, you got robbed. Because I see the look in your eyes.
I'm trying to think.
But nonetheless,
no, you're probably right. 250.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
whole trip, I added it all up because I kept copious records.
It was
for the
a
business.
cheap trip.
$1,200.
Yeah.
That's what it cost me.
Yeah,
Lodging,
it cost me
food,
about
gas.
$1,000.
I was about $1,200.
fair.
Oh, with gas. Because I put my gas on my debit and I paid cash for everything else, about $1,200.
Yep, it was about $1,000 for me.
Of course,
you guys-
well, I did spend a few bucks at the Newport at the bar. I was throwing some cash around. Who cares?
Because
Anyhow,
some lady was
yeah.
showing boobies.
Hey, gets me in the mood.
That's right.
But I got a question. You got 4 dudes in a room.
Okay.
Obviously, nobody's sleeping on the floor. So what's
Nope.
the protocol?
Okay, here's what we do. I don't know. I don't know what
It's funny.
I don't know what
Sorry.
LD and Popeye did,
Uh-huh.
Oh, I do.
but I know what I did. I would put the extra pillows on my back, so that the person that slept next to me, if they rolled over, they'd hit the pillows.
That's ridiculous.
Why do you even have to worry about that, dude? Can you spend $250 more bucks and just have a good night's sleep?
I cannot sleep
Well,
with another guy. I can't.
Depending on,
The only
Pillows
time
or
I've
no
done
pillows?
that, the only time I've done that has been with my brother
Chewy's
on
never
a
coming
few
here.
stops. Few stops.
honestly, the only
Chewy's never coming again. Look at him. Because
Oh.
we're ganging up on him.
no,
That's
no,
wrong.
I'm cool. I
That's what we love you.
Jake was my partner the first 2 nights.
Partner, he said it.
Partner, and Mario was my partner the rest of the trip. So I mean, it wasn't an issue. I'm man enough to say, you know what, I can sleep with a brother and not have a problem. I can, as long as I have my pillows that separate us.
Whatever, Goose. In the interest
You
of time.
guys, here's the problem. You guys are just pissed off that I wasn't in a room with you.
True.
No, I'm pretty happy with how it worked out.
Oh, I would like to massage that head right there, that bald head. Oh, dang.
Oh, in this interest of time, because this might be a double episode, we need to keep on moving.
Yes, we do. Because people.
So,
But hey, if they're here by now, they chose to listen.
yes, thank you.
The main episode was already done. So if they choose to keep listening, that's their deal.
Have you ever smoked a backwoods cigar?
Oh,
Is a pig's
Punani.
you know what? We should talk about the
is
place.
a pig's
Say punani.
pussy pork?
You know what, guys? We should
Is a
talk
pig's
about the.
pussy pork.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
We
So
should
this
talk
is-
about
this
the
is a-
convenience store.
This is a saying. Well, screw that. We don't have time for it. Or maybe we do. I don't know.
Okay.
But so this is to get you an idea of Dave. This
The
is one thing Dave
redneck.
said. Apparently, we can say this because you already said it 2 or 3 times.
Oh, you can. Because
Okay.
we're talking about cats. We're
Okay.
talking about pigs and cats.
Okay, but I can't say a-hole because you were going to cut me out earlier. So
Well, I already
okay,
had to.
so here's Dave. Dave says at one point somebody asked him a question. He goes, "Is a pig's pussy pork?"
We're like,
Well, yeah.
actually, it is.
And and speaking of Dave, he told this long story. I mean, it took 20 minutes, and then at the end of it, he's talking about a plunger, and he's kind of making a motion, but he acted like he didn't know what it was. He was like, "You know that thing," and then it was you and who else? It was
Chewy.
Oh,
Chewy, and somebody goes, "A plunger." He goes, "I knew you were gay."
Yeah, yeah. Who
And
was
I don't
it?
know what the story was. I wasn't listening, but he put this 20-minute story on just to catch a couple guys.
And he caught me,
And he got you.
and that's about when I lit the cigar back.
So
Right.
there's for those that are of a delicate nature and smoke only the finest cigars, and have you're cultured. That's what I'm trying to say. Cultured individuals smoke backwoods.
True. True that.
They're a beautiful cigar rolled between the thighs of 15-year-old virgins.
Oh,
There is a cut end and there's a rough end. Which end do you like, Ryan?
Oh, no. We're not going there.
The rough end,
Okay.
not Chewy.
Yes.
Chewy lights the clean end and smokes on the rough end.
no,
Pretty-
let me
pretty
tell.
sure he-
No. Let me tell you what I did.
Go ahead.
So
Hang on.
I'm looking at the one end, and
Hang
I'm
on,
like,
Chewy. Go ahead and tell us what you did. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah, totally ass effed myself there. Yes, huh? So yeah, I look at this cigar and I'm like, oh, they didn't cut this right. So I took it and I bit it, and I bit the end
Bites
off,
the end off, made
and
it
I
even
spit
worse.
it out. Spit it out. So then I light it, and I'm like, this thing sucks, man. It's not. There's nothing coming out. There's no smoke. Ryan looks at me and he's like, dude, are you serious? You lit the you lit the wrong end.
You're not cultured like the rest of us.
Mhm.
So then I start looking at it. I'm like, and I try to pass it off. Oh no, dude. I did this thing right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How'd that work out for you?
It sucked balls. Is what it did.
Club Cigar is the Backwoods cigar.
Yeah.
They sponsor us.
Yeah, they should.
No, they're not. But I'm going to ask them.
They really should. They're awesome cigars.
You like the honeyberry, which is good.
I like honeyberry.
Yeah, I prefer the sweet and mild, which is kind of a vanilla. But you get a little bit more tobacco flavor.
So
with it.
which one is in the purple package?
That's the honeyberry.
I love that.
Yeah, I like the sweet and aromatic. It's called.
Bingo.
It's a
It's
vanilla,
so good.
more of a natural tobacco flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So then we get this whole night done at Days, which was a
geez.
whole debacle.
Hey,
so when we're leaving in
Yes.
the morning, he says, I don't care what you guys do, but I want you to rev your pipes, make a bunch of noise, and put these Democrats on notice. my pussy neighbors. Rev them up. Make a bunch of noise on the way out of here.
And we would have no part of that, of course. Definitely.
Absolutely not.
We left. We pushed our bikes out of the driveway.
After John told Dave's wife, Jamie, that she was such a beautiful person.
As Sergeant at Arms, I didn't allow that. I
Mm.
said no, we can't do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
Oh.
RSO.
And then we take off out of there and start heading through Yosemite.
Oh, now I will tell you guys, we're talking about the trip, making some fun stories. But I'll
Oh
tell
man,
you
No,
must
this is also-
ride through Yosemite.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
go ahead, buddy.
Okay, well, I had a little gurgle belly.
What happened?
For those that
What
don't,
happened?
for those that don't know, I have a sensitive stomach. I have to be careful what I eat. I can't eat MSG,
What Chewy said earlier.
monosodium glutamate. Yeah,
IBS.
Yeah, IBS.
Instead of
IBS.
Yeah,
IBS.
I don't have ABS. I have IBS, so I have to be careful what I eat.
I drive with IBS.
I can't eat monosodium MSG. That stuff kills me. Anyways, but we had a bunch of food. It was tasty, but I'm pretty sure something in that food, probably the breakfast, the sausage, I don't know, something got to me. And we weren't in Yosemite yet. We're going to some small towns. We pulled over to let John go get some gas because he's got like a 3-gallon tank. And I had to take a combat dump.
3-gallon tank. You're right.
Yeah.
It's a 40-year-old Yamaha.
I got the gurgle belly. See, this is, I'm not just making fun of myself. I'm going to make a little bit of lesson here and preparedness for those of you that don't have this problem, but you could. You need to have wet wipes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. I had a little teepee in my saddlebag, and I had some flushable wet wipes. I was able to go out in the woods, take a combat dump.
You did.
I did.
I remember.
And
Okay. And I was like, oh, I played it off, and you were like, woo.
No, I'm serious. I'm going to go poop. So I went out there, found a nice little tree, and sat up against it, and dropped the kids off at the pool. Now, we're hot and sweaty, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your regular toilet paper might not get you clean, but you got the
You
flushable
are
wet
right.
wipes.
Very good.
Oh,
Yep.
fresh as a daisy.
Very good.
I mean, you would not think it. You can go out there in the woods, take a combat dump, and be fresh as a daisy afterward.
You look like a soldier.
Yeah.
Just
Hey,
saying,
listen,
dude.
ain't the first time I've crapped in the woods. But
Oh, I know.
Does a lurch crap in the woods? The answer is yes.
Wherever Lurch has to crap.
You know
is
what?
where Lurch craps.
We forgot something, boys.
What do we forget?
The dump.
I just talked about it. Combat dump.
The bike dump.
No, we're passing it.
Or past
We
that.
can come
Oh,
back to it if you want.
Okay.
Now,
Nope.
this is the end of the episode.
Oh.
Yep. We're
And
good.
if people are still
we're
tuned
good.
in,
We're good.
no, if people are still tuned in, that's their call.
We can go back
skipped
to
it
it.
because I wanted to get in.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
we're good. Yeah, we're good.
All
We're
right.
fine.
Cool.
You won't learn anything from that you didn't learn from when you put yours down.
True.
We're fine.
If
Yep.
you get in the gravel and you break your tires, lock up,
Yep.
ride that
And
thing
you
on the
don't
ground.
and you don't have anti-lock
You're
on
you're
the
in trouble.
40-year-old Yamaha.
And a 40-year-old Yamaha. Just,
I prefer Yamaha.
just keep them locked up and
That's
try
right.
to make the curve. And if you don't, lay it down.
That's right.
And then when you don't, pick it up, dust yourself off, and let's go.
We can always come back to it. He was a ride along and he did.
All
it
I know
but
is-
he's fine.
He learned a lot though because he said he went in the corner in too tall a gear. He should have downshifted,
He did,
so he didn't
John?
have the pressure.
and we can.
If we weren't talking about you, that means we didn't like you.
That's
Yeah,
right.
It happens.
No, and I absolutely had no reason.
I'm glad I have ABS because I came around the corner and you're giving me the whoa, 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 and I was on
Mhm.
them and I got into my ABS to avoid him. But
Yep. I have it in the notes actually, and I do want to talk
Yeah.
about it. And let's get through the rest of the stuff. And if we have,
We'll come back
I
to
guess
it.
we have as much time as we want now because if people are still listening, then they must be interested. So that's why we did the regular episode. So let's go on back down here. But no, it's certainly something I'm not trying to avoid. It's just it can be a rather, you know what I mean.
Yep.
I do want to talk about it because there are actually some lessons aside from mine to learn in that. But so this is awesome and chewy. So Rob, obviously communication, good thing.
lack of
Oh man.
Huh?
Rob was leading us through Yosemite.
Yeah, Rob's leaving it. leading us through
Twitch.
Yosemite.
Twitch.
Meth addict.
He had been through the park 3 weeks
Yes.
prior. So
He didn't give a flying.
Yeah, we thought he's blown by everything. Didn't bother to tell us that we're on a big loop.
Yeah, we didn't know.
We didn't know we're going to be on a big loop. And
So
come back.
everybody's pulling off.
Yeah,
and
pulling off, taking pictures.
letting them go.
Yeah, like Sarge, old Jeff goes, screw those guys. Pulls off, starts taking pictures, and then LD was all bent out of shape. He goes, you don't pull off. Well, we're in Yosemite, man. You don't blow through Yosemite. We got to take some pictures. So he was all bent out of shape. But
Sarge called him out. Jeff called him out because me and him were there, and I go, you pull over as much as you want. They'll wait. They'll wait for us. And Jeff goes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. They're destination riders. That's what he did. Oh,
Jeff and his destination rider.
He went off, dude. It was freaking awesome, dude. Now, I will tell you guys, if you get a chance to ride through Yosemite,
Beautiful.
It's
freaking
cool.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
We rode through Yellowstone last year.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Very
Yosemite, very cool too. Don't know if I can compare the two, but definitely must ride between
There's more rocks in Yosemite.
Yeah, there's more rocks.
El Capitan.
Yeah.
hmm So we got lots of pictures there. Now, I will let you. Now, Greg, because you're technically part of the crew now,
We can talk about
part of the Law Abiding Biker podcast crew.
We get to call you out.
You chose to you chose to hang with us, Greg, and you're going to pay the price. So we are going to tell this little story about you, which is freaking hilarious. That the one and only Chewy brought to my attention because I did not see it. So
I don't know how this happened.
I saw that. Oh, I do. I can set it up and you
Okay,
finish
you set it up.
Okay, I'll set it up. You finish it. So we pull into basically a grocery store
in Yosemite,
In Yosemite,
top, right?
and they've got tables all around, so you can buy your prepackaged
Sandwiches,
lunch,
yeah.
sandwiches, whatever, and go out and have a little picnic. I walk in and Greg's got a pint of beer in his hand.
Attaboy.
And he's like, "Oh, how am I going to open this?" And there's a whole shelf full of Yosemite beer openers. But just pop it right now. Pop it and take it up there.
We both told him
He's
that.
thinking about, well, maybe I'll buy. He's looking at buying one for $10. I'm pop that thing and take it up. So, but then I move on and go off to get some Gatorade, and I might have had a beer and some sandwiches. And then you met up with him at the
I
register.
ended up going up at the register.
Yeah.
And so he walks up and he hands the guy the beer. Well, the scanning
The SKU number.
is sideways. So the guy turns the beer, turns it upside and turns it sideways. Beer spills all over the scanner. The guy can't scan it because there's beer all over. So he has to set the beer down, and then he's wiping it up, and he's all ticked off. And Greg's looking at me, and he's kind of embarrassed. I'm like, yeah, who cares?
You know the funny part of that is I bought a beer opener.
Yeah, dude, you did for your saddlebag.
I bought one. It was a wine beer
Permanent
combo. I thought I was going to do that, but I didn't know. It was for my wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
I have a wedding ring. That's how you open a beer.
Right.
You
Yeah.
taught me how to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I can do that now.
Quick, do it fast though.
Yep.
Go slow, it'll hurt your finger, but if you pop it, it'll
Yep.
go quick.
So, Greg, busting your balls, man. But you know what?
The bad thing about that was
You chose to ride
we
with
wasted
us. So
some beer. That's
Yep.
about it.
absolutely. All right, guys. So, what do we got here? Oh no, we're not. We already
We
talked
talked about that?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Okay, so yeah, so we're getting close to Tahoe, guys. We went
Oh
from
my God.
now. We went from. Let's see. We left. Where did we leave? We left Oakdale.
Oakdale.
Or sorry, Oakdale.
Rode up through Reno.
Reno, right through Reno and into eventually Lake Tahoe. So we're getting close to Tahoe. Now,
I'll never forget this, dude.
Now, just hang on.
I
Now,
will never forget it.
I'm going to ask you guys a little Jeopardy question. Okay. So we're going to play. Just,
You is the answer.
It's been a while. You can't.
No,
just
this
answer
is
like-
ridiculous, dude,
What-
is what it is. I
what-
remember this.
What is you is how you answer that. Now, you come to an intersection,
Yep.
a four-way stop.
Yep.
Okay. LD says we need to go this way.
We have 3 people
Jeff-
with
Well, hang on though.
GPS.
You'll
GPS.
You'll find the answer to this. Jeff tells you. Now think of who you're dealing with here, as far as technology. Okay. Jeff says we need to go this way. LD says we need to go this way, and I pipe up, and I say, and I say we actually need to go this
No,
way.
it wasn't Jeff. It was
It-
No,
No, it was Jeff.
was it?
Yep.
No, Mario was back there yelling, going, "You need to go straight."
Yes,
but we didn't
he
hear
was
that.
You
yelling
can put
too.
a 4, but
He
I
was
saw
in
it.
back.
I saw him. There's 4. He's
Okay.
even going, Mario was actually right. He's like, go straight.
No,
Yeah.
I was right because that's the
He
way I
was saying
took
the
it.
same thing you were
Right.
saying.
So hang on.
Okay.
The question is, you have three guys, Jeff, LD, and the high-tech redneck, telling you which way to go. The high-tech redneck.
Who is Lurch?
No. What's
Well,
your
it's
answer?
LD's good with stuff. You're really good with stuff, and Jeff has traveled all over on a bike, so
Except they
it's
haven't
kind of a
updated-
toss-up.
They haven't updated their GPS.
But
in like
when
10
it's
They
like-
haven't, but we'll get. If we follow them, we'll get there. It just may not be the
Yes.
most expeditious
But
route.
when you have three different guys pointing, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
One's pointing one way, one's pointing straight, and one's pointing the other way, and we're like, "Oh my god, what are we gonna do?
And
Where
so
are we
I got-
going?"
And so I got pissed at that point.
you pass
You're
them
like,
all.
And
you're
I
like, "Follow me."
I just said, you guys want to get there? Follow me. And I cranked it,
And
and
so
they
we
had no
followed him.
choice.
We followed him,
And
we
who got
to
you
the-
directly there?
Oh, we got
Over
there.
a beautiful pass.
That was nice.
I will say this.
That's why I picked that, Chewy, because I already had it in my GPS
I like-
to hit that pass.
I like Jeff, and I appreciate Jeff a lot, but he
Whatever.
was taking us in the totally opposite direction.
Thank you. I pointed to him. I go,
Sorry, Jeff, but
that pass
it
was
was.
nice.
I
Steep
told
and
Jeff.
curvy.
Right. I told Jeff, I go, that is the opposite direction of the lake. We can go that way. Oh, geez. That's
It stayed
ridiculous.
within the can. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Pretty impressive.
How about that? So,
That was a lean over your tank and steer kind of road there.
oh, that pass
it
was
was
beautiful.
steep. You had to
And
lean
that's where
forward
the ski
and really,
resort is,
yeah.
right? Because I saw the chairlifts.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that's where the ski resort, Lake Tahoe Ski Resort, we went right over that pass and dropped right down into Lake Tahoe. So there we are. Lake Tahoe, if you guys don't know. Now, I strongly suggest you guys visit Lake Tahoe. Beautiful, beautiful place. Beautiful lake. Quite an amazing, clean city.
Yeah.
Really.
it'd have been nice if we could have gone down to the lake. Actually,
Well, you
But
know,
the problem is,
we want to. I'm just saying.
we'll have to work with LD next time to put a little more time in the schedule.
Schedule, you said.
Schedule.
I like that. But Lake Tahoe is right on the Nevada-California border. So like part of it is in California, part of it is in Nevada. In fact, if you go out on the lake, half the lake is Nevada, half is California.
That's
the middle,
crazy.
The middle separates it. So
But it's a nice-
I'd hang in the Nevada side.
it's a nice place. Yes,
yes,
Yep.
casinos, of course.
It's
Yeah.
a nice place.
I'm
It
not a
is.
gambler though.
Yeah, but you can walk down the street with a beer.
Yep,
True.
You sure can.
True, could
Which
do
we
that
had to.
right here in my city too,
Oh, really?
in the country.
Well, that's true. I
Hey,
guess we just don't do it.
gonna go
Right.
smoke some printers.
So Lake Tahoe, really guys got to see the 16th deepest lake in the world. What do you think about that? And we went to, which we're going to talk about, Crater Lake. So right here in, not here, but on the West Coast is some of the greatest lakes, the deepest lakes within the top 20,
Yeah.
very cool places to ride here on the West Coast. So we ended up, this is probably, now we did good with food this trip.
We went pretty cheap. I think that's why we saved a lot of money.
For a 7-day trip for $1,200, that was cheaper
Yeah.
than last year.
No,
which
yeah, I-
surprises me because we're in Cali.
I probably spent 16 to 1800 last
yeah,
year.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I truly believe this year was going to be way more expensive
I thought so too.
because we're in high cost areas,
Mm-hmm.
but I think we're just more reasonable. However, on this particular night, we ended up splurging.
Yeah. Done with the pub food and
Mhm.
the $5 sandwiches.
And we're getting
let's-
close to the end of the trip.
Yeah, it was. I
I
got a
to
little,
try to boost our depression.
still got
Right.
a little money in my pocket.
Mhm.
I was talking to some of the guys at the PD about this, and they're like, "You spent how much?" I'm like, "Dude, we spent
7 days.
$70,
Motel food,
Oh,
gas,
yeah, but
everything.
$70 on this
One
meal.
dinner. That's not
Oh.
that bad.
And I'm like,
Dude, you
It-
spend that in town.
but I was like, that wasn't that bad. It was a great.
For
it was,
I mean,
it was good.
Yeah.
Good
Oh, yeah.
steak.
Oh yeah.
Good vegetables, and
Which was
You know,
Sierra
mashed
Steak
potatoes.
Restaurant, which was in what casino? Was that a casino?
it was in the casino. I think it was in. No, it wasn't in Harrah's because that one was full.
No. We had to leave and go to another one.
Monte Blue,
Oh yeah, Monte Blue. Mhm.
which also had the bar downstairs with the girls dancing, 2 or 3 of them.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Totally
But
unacceptable.
it was a really nice restaurant, fine dining. We all put our best jeans and t-shirts on.
Right.
And when we sat down, there's this couple, young couple sitting next to us. The guy looks like he was trying to have a beautiful night with his wife and girlfriend, where the hell she was. And I said, hey guys, can we just try to have a little bit of decor tonight and may not drop a bunch of F-bombs?
Not going to happen with this crew.
Yeah, Mario. 5 minutes into it, Mario's telling a story.
Hey,
he drops an F-bomb.
That.
And the whole place goes and turned and looked at Mario.
Freaking feds.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
But I think the waiter and the waitresses warmed up to us. At first they thought, oh my gosh, what did we get ourselves into? But yeah, they warmed up to us.
Go back to Florida, Mario.
Uh-huh.
I like Mario.
Go back.
He's
Mario's
a great dude.
Go back
He's
to
a great
Hoover's,
dude.
Mario.
Doug.
Go see Doug.
Go see Doug. So,
And of course, again, we woke up at 7:30 or 8 or whatever these retards all want to leave in the morning.
dude,
Hey, I wasn't up for that.
not going
But
to
I
happen
was
next year.
I was
Lurch.
in a room with them, and
Oh, hey, let's
Next
back
year
it up.
we're in Sturgis, so
Let's,
we don't have to worry
let's
about
back it up 2 shakes.
it. Back it up.
We get into our hotel there in Tahoe, and I've got a Street Glide, 08 Street Glide. But when I put my 10-inch shield, my detachable trunk on it, looks like an old man's bike.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought we were going to go out and ride up and down the strip there, right? So I
So
go
did
out there, I throw my 4-inch shield on, I pop that trunk off, I'm ready to roll, and yep, everybody wants to walk.
Me and Lurch,
I was
just FYI, the trips we've been on,
Weak sauce.
which we need to talk about this.
I'm up.
Definitely.
I'm going to raise my hand here.
We like riding around town.
I don't.
because I don't
I
get
wanted
sloshed.
to ride.
I just have a couple beers in it, but I
Yep,
want to ride
I
around
wanted
town.
to ride. I wanted to ride, but I was with.
Thank you.
I said, well, I'm not gonna. I'll follow what you guys say.
If I walk, I'm going to drink. If I ride, I'm not. So I'm better off.
I wanted to ride.
Thank you.
Yeah. I came back
Because
with
last
my old
year,
man shield on, my old man.
last year
trunk on.
when we went out last year, we rode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what I prefer.
And I like that.
Yeah,
around town.
I prefer
I don't
it.
need to get.
We
you know,
don't get sloshed.
We
though.
don't. That's the thing.
No.
Usually the first night, but
The
we
first
walk,
night we did,
and
we
then we're
walked.
done.
Yep.
And then we just have normal dinners and beer. And I really like seeing the towns and riding around. But plus we've given a lot of rides on
And
our
the
bikes
people,
over time.
the people like seeing
Not
us.
that I mean, I actually watch.
You and I
most
know
of the time.
that.
Yeah,
We're
Dude,
old
the
married
people
guys,
like
but
seeing
we
us
usually
ride
watch.
around
They
on
do.
our bikes, and they ask questions about our bikes. It's cool.
And the single guys we have that ride along with us get to give
Mustache
girls. They get. Oh, geez,
rides.
Wow, 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 wow,
Motorcycle rides.
that's ridiculous.
Bow, wow, 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 wow.
All right. So let's move on to day number. This is the last day, guys. And if you're still listening, we really appreciate it because we've got a little bit. Actually, this is cool. Crater Lake and stuff.
Very
got some
cool.
good, very cool
Last
stuff.
day.
But last day, and yeah. So Jeff struck a bird
Yeah, I
did.
did.
straight up.
You know what?
Feathers everywhere.
You know what I thought it was?
Locust.
I thought it was a rock.
Locust.
Did you see it?
Yes, it hit something. Hit me, and I thought it was like it felt like a rock
Mm-hmm.
because I saw what hit him, and I thought, well, that hit him in the. I thought it hit him in
You
the
got
head.
you got a beak. Beak hit you.
Could be.
Oh, you got a beak in your face.
and it felt like gravel. Something hit me.
Bird
and
parts.
and I thought,
Well, a beak does feel like gravel. So Wikipedia says right here. Let me look it up. Go ahead.
Because everything on
You're-
Wikipedia is true.
but no, I thought it hit him in the helmet. And so we're driving. I'm like, did a rock fall off the side of the hill and hit him? So we stopped, and he's like, no, it was a bird. It hit my windshield. So,
Mm-hmm. Now, he took it pretty well. Didn't do any damage.
Nope.
Yeah, that's
I'm
good.
glad that wasn't me.
Well, I agree. It was kind of you.
A little
Kinda.
bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
You got the beak.
Last year I hit. Last year. What did I hit last year? Some kind of marmot run across the road. Split that thing right in half.
You hit what?
What did I hit last year?
I don't know.
Last year, something run across the road. I hit it. I don't know if it was chipmunk. I don't
Was
know.
that in Wyoming?
Somewhere. I hit it dead center and split in half. Sent parts flying.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? So did we get a discount at Crater Lake? Did we get the AARP because of Sarge? Seriously,
Maybe we
no
did.
jokes aside, we got the AARP
Well,
at Yosemite.
No,
Both-
we
both-
didn't. We got the Matt pays because he was sitting in back.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I felt
Let the
bad
guy in the
about
back
that.
pay. It was
dude.
but we
$10
paid you
who cares?
back.
Yeah, I felt bad about
I
that.
wouldn't take it. I don't care. It's $10.
No, I felt bad about that.
She let us all go through our group for a
AARP.
group rate. There was what I learned is some of the guys up front actually had passes.
Oh,
So 2 or
Right.
3 of them up front had passes, and then
Well, 2 of them had passes, both
Okay.
Sarges.
okay, those guys had passes, and because we were one group of bikes, she only charged us for one for a
right.
tour or whatever. It was $10. So it was you. Who was in the back? It was me and
You and
Me and you,
Well,
at that point, 'cause
Chumley
I
moved
went-
up because he got the
no.
AARP. He
there
helped
was
us.
somebody in the back and somebody. I was on the left.
It was me and you.
Yeah, you were on the right. You're like, sorry, bro.
I did. I'm out.
I was on the left, so I paid the $10. Big deal. Moving on.
I was like, Lurch, I'm out. Sorry. Sucks to be you.
What a friend you are.
Now, the moral of the story is take an AARP member with you.
Yep.
Take a senior citizen.
We had 2 of them.
Huh?
Is that what they got the AARP discount?
Yeah.
Well,
No, that's what it was. I'm not kidding.
well,
All
he-
jokes aside,
Both sergeants went by,
they gave
and then they
their-
started waving us on. I'm like, I'm gonna pay,
Well,
and she's like, nope,
that's free.
you're good.
I asked Jeff
She goes,
later.
But
That's
the guy,
why.
she goes, the guy in the back has to pay.
That's fine.
And I was
whatever.
like, oh,
Mm-hmm. No joke. Jeff did the
Well, they
AARP
could
card.
see those senior citizens.
So
Bless them.
we pop into Crater Lake.
Yeah.
Great. What a great last day of the trip.
Yeah.
I mean, truly, I have never been to Crater Lake. I really
haven't been
didn't
there
know
since
what
I was
to
a kid.
expect. I didn't know, which is sad because I live so close to something like that. That
It's
is
beautiful.
It's one of the, I think Mario said,
They call it one of the 7 wonders of the world.
7 wonders of the United States.
Of the United States.
well,
yes.
John Chumley, he explained the whole
How it has nice legs.
lake.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
he explained that whole thing to me. He
I hate
said
to
that-
tell you, Crater Lake, but I'd like to just cornhole you. Sorry.
Well, John's, he's not Yakima. Is he Navajo or?
Navajo.
No, he's
I don't know.
Native American,
He
but I
is
can't remember
Native
what
American.
tribe. It's
But he
not
gets
the
pissed.
Yakima.
He gets pissed about the stuff going on.
Wow.
He
Yeah, I'm
goes
not even gonna-
off.
yeah.
right,
Well,
right.
he
Whatever.
does. He
I'm
talks
just-
about.
But he was talking
stuff,
about. He was
but
talking about how the natives found that lake. And
he said
stuff,
that they
and-
found it, and it was like years and years and years before it was actually found by anyone else.
Right.
Because they kept that a secret,
Mm-hmm.
and it was actually a volcano
Yep.
It was
that erupted.
about 7,700 years ago, to be exact.
Erupted.
Chewy.
Erupted.
Mhm.
And then it somehow
It caved in.
Caved
well,
in?
that's the crater.
and yeah, that's
That
how
it left.
And then the
Mhm.
water formed.
The trip is there's no rivers or
Good point.
anything flowing into it.
No,
nothing.
there's nothing. It's just you
It
drive
is what
and
it
then
is.
boom, there it is.
Snowfall.
There's no, you can't access it. There's no boat
Nope.
access.
No, because the actual water's quite a ways below the rim.
And it's, I imagine it's freezing cold.
How does it keep its water, Chewy, if it has no rivers flowing into it? Doesn't water
Just
evaporate?
Rain and snowfall.
Just from rain and snowfall.
Good point,
Yeah.
Lurch. Good point.
Thank you. And actually,
Rain and snowfall.
and
Rain and
do you-
snowfall.
we rode by snow on the way out.
Yes, we did.
Once we crossed over the
Did you
top
guys
and rode
notice?
down.
Did you guys notice the lookout place that was on the top, up
Yes.
to the right?
Yeah.
That was way up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We got more
That would have
comments
been cool.
on that photo that we posted on Facebook from Crater Lake than any other photo of the trip.
Where we were all around
People
Popeye's bike.
really like that. Yeah, that was a cool photo. I
That was
agree.
awesome photo.
Did you guys see my little video I made? Did you ever watch that?
Yes, I
yeah,
did.
it was like
I
six,
did.
only 6 pictures though.
It's
What's
only
up with
15
that?
seconds. That's all
I
you
did
can
watch
do.
it. It was
Oh,
cool.
okay.
It's Instagram, bro.
I was like, oh, never mind.
Because it's Instagram. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
I just did
oh,
a
by the way, I'm a little out to the rest of the guys. I've already uploaded my pictures to Google Drive, so the rest of you need to get off your butts and get it done. Put all your pictures from your phones and your whatever else onto Google Drive, so that
well, you're
somebody
the
can make a
VP.
video.
Maybe you need to send something out and order.
As the
people.
VP of the Mother Chapter, I'm issuing an order, and you all need to, you too, P, you all need to put your pictures, whether it be from your cell phone, your dash cam, your GoPro, your digital camera, your, what's that thing that Jeff had? It was like a Polaroid. Yeah, Polaroid.
Oh,
Scan that in.
oh,
Scan that into the Google Drive so that one of us can make a
that's
video.
ridiculous.
I thought that was a GoPro, but he says it's a whatever.
Polaroid.
Polaroid.
So, if you guys get a chance, seriously, we stayed at Diamond Lake that night,
Yeah,
which is just
15.
north of Crater
It's a
Lake.
very cool little resort.
little
place.
resort lake.
Crater Lake is the deepest lake in the United States, 7th or 9th in the world, depending on whether the average maximum depth, depending on when it is actually measured, depending on evaporation
Is
time
it
of year.
deeper than Chelan?
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude,
Wow.
7th in the world. Chelan doesn't even come close to that.
Wow.
Yeah. And Tahoe is at 16th. So that tells you
We went to the top-
Tahoe's deeper than
we
Chelan.
went to the top 20. 2 of the top 20.
That's what I'm saying. Right here in the Pacific, well, the West Coast at least.
Wow.
At least the West Coast. So we did stay at Diamond Lake. You can't really stay at Crater Lake. There's not a
nothing
lot there.
There's
So
nothing there.
You go north to Diamond Lake, which is a cool little lake.
Cool
little resort.
Spectacular about it as far as history, but cool little resort. That's where we stayed. Their Wi-Fi wasn't working. No cell service. Pretty backwoodsy.
It was fun.
We got there kind of in the evening. We all decided, screw it. This place does not constitute the needing a shower. So nobody showered. We just grabbed
we were
stuff.
hungry.
We were hungry, so we went
And
to
we
the
didn't
bar.
want the place to close. So
Went up there and started eating and drinking. And these old broads came in there. One of them is actually from our hometown.
Oh,
Did you
so
know that?
weird.
Yeah.
So weird.
And they're cackling and laughing, and we thought they were so annoying.
Oh, you told me.
I go, these
Next thing I
broads-
know, 2 hours later,
broads are so annoying.
after a few beers, you're sitting with them.
I was not.
These guys were.
They were.
Seriously.
I ate, not me.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to what was going on.
Sure you were.
I was.
Uh-huh.
Whatever.
Sure you were. Okay. So, yeah, we apparently after the ladies were annoying, I come back in the bar and everybody's sitting with them. But it was our last night.
That was the only option we
We're
had.
depressed, whatever, dude. But so
We had a VP challenge. Only one VP challenge.
one VP challenge
One VP
that
challenge.
And we accepted it and we took it.
It was done.
Mhm. Yep, it was done. And so we pretty much all got in bed late that night,
Yeah, about 1 o'clock.
about 1 o'clock,
Late
after
for
drinking
old
some
guys.
whiskey and really,
You
get
might want to
going.
ask. You might want to ask Lee what time he got in bed.
Well, we're not sure what time he got in bed because he was down. I think he was just around a campfire or something with some locals,
Drinking the whiskey.
drinking the whiskey and smoking pinners.
Smoking pinners.
Smoking pinners. So the next morning, most everybody got up because we kind of had to split off that day. LD had to leave early. He had to be back.
Pick up his kids.
Yeah, whatever.
Poor timing.
Poor timing.
decision-making.
Poor decision making on LD's part.
I got to say that night.
Gee, we
though,
only knew we were going on this vacation for the last 6 months, but you know
Yeah.
what? I got to
It's
rush
about a
back
year.
to town.
Yeah.
And
I got to say that night,
mhm.
LD and Lee had a war against each other. Who could snore the loudest?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Woke me-
Actually, LD, the whole trip was pretty reserved. That last night, he was firing them back.
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. He was tipping them back.
He finally,
Yeah. Took him 7 days, but he finally let it happen.
well, besides San Francisco and getting kicked off the trolley,
Oh, yeah. He's a little drunk.
besides that.
That's right. Okay. I'll take it back.
But me and Lurch decided that
Screw
we're
you
going to do the
guys.
normal thing, and we're still on vacation, and we're not going to rush back our last day.
No.
And I purposely don't set up things like that for that reason.
No. No.
So me and Lurch, we took off on our own time. Everybody else left at 8. We got out of there about 10:30, 11. We did stop by Bend, Oregon,
We did. Deschutes Brewery. Had a
and
little lunch.
goodies. Got my wife and kids some candy.
Got a bunch
and,
of candy for the kids.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Deschutes Brewery, very
Then we
cool.
made a mad run from Bend all the way to Goldendale.
Without stopping.
My rear was a little sore.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. That's it. So what do you say about that, Chewy? You got anything else?
It was a great time.
It was.
I enjoyed myself.
And if you guys are still listening, the people that want to listen, of course, we cut it short because we didn't want to bore everybody if you didn't want to listen to this. Because normally we have a ton of content. And this is kind of just telling our story here. But if you do want the exact ride that we rode, we have it in Harley-Davidson Ride Planner.
Yep.
And I have it saved. LD has it saved. Please email us, lawabidingbiker.com/contact. You can send us an email, say you want that exact 7-day trip that we took all around the West Coast, the Northwest. We'd be more than happy to send it to you because it is a phenomenal
It's a good
type
ride.
And then you can change it up how you want, of course,
Sure.
because we stayed in Oakdale one night. And of course, you can drag and drop and manipulate it to your needs. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed that. And if you're still listening, thanks for sticking around. And next episode, we're going to get right back into throwing major content at you guys. So peace out. Keep the rubber side down.
And the shiny side up.
Thanks, guys.
Roger that.
You're welcome.